Hello, everyone. How's it going? Welcome back to another Watch with Nordic live commentary stream here today. And we got another great one here tonight. Is the 2026 Stadium Series between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Boston Bruins. Welcome, everybody, to the commentary. We got some time here before we get started. I like to start early on games like this, even though I do know that it is going to take a little bit longer to actually get things started. We may not even start for another 20 minutes or so, but I do like to start these commentaries early so I can talk about the game, talk about the Raymond James Stadium, talk about everything with that, do a little bit of Q&A. I actually want to show off the Watch with Nordic stat sheet today. Show that off for the first time in a while here. So if you guys are interested in seeing that, I'll show that on the screen here as well. I'll share my screen in a moment. And we can also answer some questions. And I also like to use it to interact and you guys get my reactions to everything that is on my screen and me talking about all the outdoor circus extravaganza stuff that is going on. But welcome everybody to the stream. What's up, Jack? Welcome. What's up, Baud? I was at the game, Glenn. I know I said I would come to the post-game party, but I did not. It was another instance where my girlfriend was not there. She had to chaperone her sister and everybody else, so I didn't end up going to the party. She also had to work at like 4 a.m., so I wasn't going to drag her all the way out there. And I had to get home because I worked today as well, so I just wanted to go home. Yeah, jerseys look great. I like Boston's. Tampa Bay's. It's good, but I feel like it could have been a lot better, in my honest opinion. Just being completely honest with you guys. So, we'll do a game preview here in a moment, but we have a lot of time until the start of the actual commentary itself. So I'm going to ask you guys, do you guys want to see the Watch with Nordic stat sheet? Do you guys want me to show you it? It's a Google spreadsheet that I've been putting together here for the last couple of weeks. Actually, I've been using it for about 2 years at this point. It's got the updated streams all the way up until this game today, updated team stats and all that stuff. Do you guys want to see that? Would that be something you guys be interested in seeing before we get started here? Because it's going to take a while. I think the countdown showed like 20 minutes. So we still got a lot of time if you guys would like to see it. All right. I will put it up here on screen. Just give me a moment, guys. It's going to take me over here. You guys can still hear me, I believe. Let's hope. Oh, application capture. Not OBS Studio. Okay, what is happening right now? Hang on a second. Application. All right, why is it just showing the OBS? Ooh. Why is it just doing this to me? All right, let's reset the default. Current default. Application capture. All right, why is it doing that? All right, give me a second, guys. It is giving me a hard time. Screen capture. Here we go. Oh, it's window. Wait, no, that's not it either. All right, what is happening right now? Why is it not allowing me to? Usually it will. I'm a little bit confused. Oh. Yeah, sorry, guys. Bear with me here for a second. I should have set this up prior. But, of course, I didn't do that. All right, there we go. Okay. All right, give me a second here to align this all up together here. All right, so I present to you the Watch with Nordic all-time score sheet. Let me zoom out here so I can show you guys this in better form. I just pulled up my cap cut. All right, so this is all the stuff we got going on. I'll go more in depth with everything else here in a moment, but all of this stuff right here is all of the team stats. So this is how I keep track of, what players are on what team and how many points players have with certain teams. You can see some teams are like filled all the way up. Like Vegas is completely filled all the way up. You take a look over here. The Oilers are almost there. The Capitals are almost there. Like that also shows how many teams we have done overall. And I think that's a pretty good demonstration there as well. And then you take a look at some of the other teams that may not be as full, like, for example, the Blue Jackets or the Predators, and that shows that maybe we need to stream those teams a little bit more. So that's something else there that plays a factor in it as well. Going back to full screen here, you can see it in better form. Funny thing is I have a cup logo there against the Panthers to indicate how many cups a team has. And then looking over here, this is the all-time stats. Overall, between all of the teams, you see, obviously, the number one guys, McDavid. That should not surprise anybody there whatsoever. You see, like, Draisaitl, Eichel. There are some, like, real shockers who are on this list. Like, all the way up here is you go down here, like, all the way up at 21st, E2 Luostarinen. Like, you don't think of that guy being up there, but when you commentate a whole team's playoff run, that tends to be what happens. So, obviously, you know, all these stats here, it goes, like, way down. Like, I think we've had 651 different people register a point, and that's the ones that I've kind of fully kept track of that have been in commentaries. Also over here is what I think is very cool is the goaltenders. We keep track of all the goaltender stats as well. So it goes by this. You have the names of the goalies right here. I should probably fix that. It should just be name. And then you have the games played, games relieved. So there are rules that I run by with this. If you are relieved midway through a game, your save percentage does count towards your overall stat. And the game relieved by a goaltender counts as a games played. So then it goes by wins, losses, overtime losses, goals against overall, goals against average. This is how I keep track of goals against average because of, you know, again, like I got to have all the goals registered in here. Like, for example, Bobrovsky, who's played the most games of any goaltender that we've commentated. I got to keep that 44 in there divided by 17. Bam. That's how we get the goals against average. And then the save percentage, I have a whole same percentage game-by-game log. This is over like 80 different goaltenders. It's actually kind of cool when you measure it up to the first one here. You can see like, oh, look at Bobrovsky. He's played 17 games. Thought that was one of the cool things that I added in there. Who's the highest flyer? Oh, God, we have to scroll down a little bit. The Flyers always struggle when I stream. It's Trevor Zegras, 79th all-time, unless if I missed somebody here. It doesn't look like I did. He's got 7 points in commentary streams. So there you go. Lowest ranked goalie was Carter Hart. He had a game where he allowed a goal and then got injured, so his save percentage is a 0, does count towards his overall stats, and a 395 is not very pretty whatsoever. Down here, sorry, we'll go over here first. Down here is like first NHL goals we've commentated on streams, hat tricks we've commentated on streams, shootout goals we've had on streams. You can see me updating this to the other computer here by me. Overtime winners as well as on this list. Goaltenders with shutouts and the number of saves in a shutout. That's for me as well to keep track of like, oh, this is the most saves made by a goaltender in live commentary history and all that stuff. So, for example, our last commentary on Thursday, Nikita Tolopilo had a 32-save shutout. That is the third most of any goaltender in live commentary history, behind Lankinen and Gustafsson, who have had shutouts there as well. Over here is like 4 goals in a game. Here's draft picks that we revealed on stream. I didn't get through the whole first round last year. My computer glitched out on me. These were like the awards. So as you can tell, like Art Ross, Norris, Vezina, Calder. This was for like the most points. So Art Ross was most points last season. Norris was most points by a defenseman. Vezina was like, I think it was minimum 5 games played. The best stats by a goaltender, and that was obviously Gustafsson. And then Calder was the most points by a rookie, Gage Gonzalez. These are the playoff rounds last year that we commentated. Penalty shots here as well, of guys we've seen take penalty shots. There's been 5 all-time. Nobody's ever scored one. And then this column here has not been filled up yet. First NHL wins we've had on stream. We've never had a first NHL win in a live commentary. So there's all that. Second row down here, this is a lot of the team awards. Here's like gold medals, silver medals, bronze medals in the World Junior Championships, Stanley Cups we've covered. All things we've streamed. It's nothing like not like overall the whole season. This is all just based off of purely streams. And I think it provides like good tidbits that I can bring up in commentaries, like, oh, this guy, he scored an overtime winner with his team, and, Vegas has scored an overtime winner before in a commentary and all that stuff. It makes things entertaining from that perspective, and it makes things a lot better to talk about in podcast or in commentaries. Here's a fun thing that I've started to implement here a little bit, multi-point games. And I know I've talked about this a little bit. So I have multi-point games with players who have scored a certain number of points. So, like, for example, Connor McDavid's listed here. He's in here like 5 or 6 other times. Or actually, no, he's in here, 10 times. So it's all of the multi-point games listed in order here. And then these are all the guys with number of multi-point games. I haven't updated it fully. But like, again, you can see Nylander, McDavid tied up there for most multi-point games. I haven't gotten into these yet. I haven't gotten to multi-goal games yet. That's still something I need to get to work with and all that stuff. And then over here is outdoor points. I started putting this together before I started streaming. I didn't get to all of it, but this is the third live commentary that we have streamed that is an outdoor game. So I decided why not put together a list of outdoor points that we've streamed. And I would mention that here, but obviously there's only been a handful of games we've actually commentated. And then the last bit here, again, I'm always adding to this. That's always something that I like to do. I'm always adding to this. Over here is the teams that are not NHL teams. So you have all the international teams here. So this will be added to in the Olympics and this month for sure. You got Canada, USA, Finland, Sweden, Czechia, all that good stuff. And then down here, we do some college streams here as well. You have Boston University and Penn State. I will hint at this is a little bit of a tidbit. We are going to do some college streams during the Olympic break. I'm not sure the exact number, but I know we're doing at least 2 college commentaries here on the channel. I won't specify what teams they are just yet or anything like that, but that is something I wanted to do a little bit more this year, commentate other leagues. So we're going to try and dip into that a little bit here as well. And the last thing that I will show you guys is the all-time games and standings. So this is how I keep track of like teams' records and stuff. Like, as you can see here, it's not necessarily ranked in total by like, most games played. I like to rank it then at the end of the season. But as you can tell, the top 2 teams went to the Cup final last year are up here. Vegas, who we've streamed a dozen times this year, is here as well. You look down here, there's teams that we haven't streamed as much that we're trying to stream as well. Referring to this commentary, you see the Tampa Bay Lightning. In 8 commentaries, they are 6-1. You look at the Boston Bruins. In 9 commentaries, they are 2-6. Or in 8 commentaries, they're 2-6. So there you go. And then over here is the standings from last year. This is the last time streamed. This really helps me out with figuring out, like, how long ago I have streamed a certain team and all that stuff. It helps when you're trying to stream all the teams. So, like, again, we have a Jet stream coming up this week. We have a Penguin stream coming up this week. We have a Pred stream coming up this week. It helps out in trying to stream all 32 and making sure I'm not streaming the same teams over and over again. So that's kind of something that helps me out there as well. But, yeah, that is pretty much the all-time Watch with Nordic stat sheet. Thought that would be fun to show. Hope you guys kind of enjoyed that little thing here. We're getting ready to get started here with the Stadium Series in just a moment. Now that I'm done being a nerd, welcome everybody to the chat. Hope you guys are having a great day here so far as we get ready for the 2026 Stadium Series between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Boston Bruins here today. It should be a great one here tonight. You look at these two teams, they are some of the best teams in the National Hockey League when you look in terms of their overall numbers. The Boston Bruins in the last 10 are 8-1-1. The Tampa Bay Lightning in their last 10 are 8-1-1. These are 2 of the hottest teams in the National Hockey League right now, and it's been an absolutely incredible run for both of these clubs as of late, and it shapes up to be a phenomenal Stadium Series here tonight between two very good Atlantic Division teams. So here we go. The Bruins are coming out of their little locker room outside of one of the entrances at Raymond James Stadium, home of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. There's a lot of pirate themes here, which should not surprise anybody. A lot of smoke as the Bruins are coming out of their locker room here, and now there's a guy with one leg walking around the stage here. I think that's a telescope? Oh no, it's a scroll. I was way off. Yeah, not really into the pirate lore. You guys ever watch like Pirates of the Caribbean or anything like that? I think Tampa wins. I think Tampa will win this game against the Bruins. Enjoy the stream. Thank you, cats and rats. We're hoping for a good one. All right, there's a pirate reading a scroll right now. It's probably what's going to introduce the Tampa Bay Lightning here. Starting goaltenders here tonight. We'll do that here as well, starting goalies tonight. Jeremy Swayman is in net for Boston in 6 live commentaries. So these are all watch with Nordic stats purely. That should not say watch with Nordic debut. Let me update that really quick. But Jeremy Swayman here with the Bruins in 6 commentaries that he has streamed. He has a record of 1-5-0, a 3.0 goals against average, and a .896 save percentage. So overall, it's been a very underwhelming stretch of hockey for Jeremy Swayman. Has definitely not been what has been expected of him here, and he's been really bad when we commentate them. Boston is 2-6 when we live stream them. It's actually kind of crazy when you think about it, how rough he's been in commentaries. All right, fixed it. So now we'll go over Vasilevsky's stats. There we go. Andrei Vasilevsky in 7 live commentaries is 6-1-0 with a 1.86 goals against average and a .918 save percentage. He is awesome in live commentaries. He's coming off of a shutout, actually, against the Mammoth last Monday. And the Lightning have exited their portion of the locker room. There's a whole pirate skull here as well. You can see John Cooper in his little suit and tie as we get ready for the national anthem here in just a moment. This is always just such a spectacle. I don't think anybody would really be surprised by that. It's always such a little spectacle and what I always say about the Stadium Series is like it's very appealing if you're there. It's a very appealing thing, and it's very enjoyable if you are there and watching the game yourself. When you're not there, it just seems like a game just somewhere else that's not an arena. Like, it doesn't really feel... I never really got it, to be honest with you, but... I mean, people enjoy it, so... Who am I to judge? But I always looked at it as, like, if you're not there, it's not as, like, great. Obviously, again, you want to win the Stadium Series, of course, and you're going to be happy if your team wins, but it's definitely not the same. Hope you guys get that sentiment there I'm trying to put across. Yeah, the Penn State game was great. I would have loved to have commentated that. I wasn't home. Again, I was getting ready for the Royals and all that, but that was a great game. Michigan State overtime win. Sucks Penn State could not win the game, of course, but I thought overall it was a really well-played game by both sides. It was a fun game to watch, and I really enjoyed it. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement here on the commentary. It'd be much appreciated. As we are approaching the start of puck drop here, we're getting there. Again, obviously this does take a lot of time. Trying to update the outdoor stats here. We'll start off in just a moment. Still in a commercial break. They're going to do the national anthems and all that stuff. All right. Still in commercial break. Hope you guys have had a great week so far. Commentary schedule for this week. So I know this is our final week before the Olympics coming up. So in light of that, we will have 6 live commentaries coming tonight. Couldn't get the game on a DoubleTree. That sucks. But it's on the Big Ten Network, and you have to have a certain thing for that. Luckily, for the first time in my life, I actually have it. So I didn't have that problem. All right, looks like we're almost ready here for the national anthems, the national anthem here from Raymond James Stadium. And as we like to do, we like to play the national anthems here on commentaries for special events. Haven't done that much here during the regular season, but we will do it here tonight for the national anthem. I will turn up my TV. You can hear the national anthem. I will take off my hat. It's going to take a second, though, here to get started up. All right, presenting the colors. All right, it is time for the national anthem. I will turn on my TV. I will shut up, and we will listen to the national anthem here live from Raymond James Stadium. Alrighty, there we go. That is the national anthem here from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay. Yeah, I like to do it because it's a special occasion here. We're outdoors in Tampa Bay, and I think I do it a lot during the playoffs. I do it every game in the Stanley Cup Final. I do it during every outdoor game. I think I did it during the first games of the season as well. It's just something I like to do as a special moment here. And we are now ready to get started here from Boston. I believe all of the ceremonial puck drops are about to commence here, and it's Pat Maroon doing the puck drop here in Tampa Bay. Would you look at that? Pat Maroon doing the puck drop as we get ready here in just a moment. Pastrnak and Hedman, who is returning to the lineup tonight, will get the ceremonial puck drop here. And we'll get ready for puck drop here itself from Raymond James Stadium in just a moment. First off, thank you all so much for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. I would greatly appreciate it. Like the stream as well. We do these commentary streams every single week, commentating all 32 teams and all the special events around the hockey world. Stay tuned for our trivia question, which will come in the second commercial break here tonight as we Got Tampa Bay hyping us up here for the Stadium Series. I cannot be more excited and ready to go here tonight from Raymond James Stadium. Starting goaltenders coming up in just a moment. And a lot of pregame things going on here, but we are hyped up and ready to go. All righty. It is 40 degrees here in Tampa Bay. Maybe a little bit less than that. I would kill for that here tonight. Starting goaltenders tonight, Andrei Vasilevskiy in net for Tampa Bay. Jeremy Swayman in net for Boston. Two of the best goaltenders in the NHL. One of the hottest goalies this season. Live here outdoor from Raymond James Stadium. It is a classic Atlantic Division matchup between the Boston Bruins and the Tampa Bay Lightning. And we are underway. Face-off is won here by the Lightning. They'll play it back now into their own zone. It's Darren Radish off the boards to Kucherov. Kucherov centering then for Hagel. He shoots it, and they score! Brandon Hagel, just 11 seconds in. I could barely tell from the camera angle, and the Bolts are off and running. It's 1-0. On the first shot, Brandon Hagel. Wow. Cuts right into center, just 11 seconds in to the Stadium Series here. It's Brandon Hagel, assisted by Kucherov and Radish. And that did not take long at all. Bolts lead 1-0. I couldn't even tell from that angle there. It was a little bit zoomed out. I couldn't even see that puck go into the net. But Brandon Hagel picks up his 26th goal of the season, assisted by Kucherov. And it is a 1-0 lead here for the Bolts. Breaking it out through center, dumped down low into the zone. Now Lindholm will clear out to center. Here's Morgan Geekie. Pass up then for Kuznetsov. Tried to throw a pass to center, then stolen back by the Bolts. Now racing it the other way is Yanni Gourde. Gourde up to Bjorkström. Bjorkström backhand, saved by Swayman. Played back then by the Bolts down low. Lindholm then behind the net will hold it here for the Bruins. So Brandon Hagel, just 11 seconds into this commentary, makes it a 1-0 lead here for Tampa Bay. Boston will dump it into the Tampa Bay zone. Now picking it up behind the net, trying to clear that one around, is Carlisle. Bolts are running a 7-defenseman lineup here tonight. Jay Gensel trying to move that puck through center. Genoa shot, fans on it. Picked back up then quickly by Ryan McDonough. McDonough will clear to center. Grabbing it then with the puck is Andrew Peak, who will bank it off the boards through center now. Matthew Poitras. Did Tampa call up the Goons? I think Geekie is in tonight. I don't know if anybody else is playing tonight, though. Cleared around now behind the net, trying to pick that one up with speed. Up to the point then was Bjorkström, broken up then by the Bruins. Clear back to the point now. Hedman will attempt to dump it down low. They'll get it down there. This is Victor Hedman's first game since December 9th of 2025. He has been out with injury. It's good to see the old Lightning captain back here in the lineup. Down low now in the corner. Bolts take it back. Through center now with speed, Kucherov. Pass back up then. It's intercepted by the Bruins quickly. Clear down low then. Trying to get to that one was Alex Steves. Probably not. They're not playing Florida. Nope. That might be why. Yeah, good movement there by the Bolts immediately. Hagel just gets it to center, takes a shot on. It goes pretty much top corner on Jeremy Swayman, and that really did not take long, 11 seconds in. It's one of those shots like you can just barely see when it came off of the stick of Hagel. Down low now in the corner. Kucherov trying to pick that one up down low. Steve's battling for it then with Cirelli. McAvoy off the boards then. Jonathan Asperod trying to bank that one to center then. Bolts and Cirelli battling for that puck. Bolts take it back. Pass up top. Bruins intercepted. Here they have a chance the other way. It's Arvidsson through the zone. Slap shot. Saved by Vasilevsky. Now banked off the boards, trying to clear that one to center. It's Corrali battling for it. Kucherov, spinorama move there. Now Cirelli will dump it into the Boston zone. We are about 3 minutes gone here in the first period. Brandon Hagel gets us up and running. It is 1-0 Bolts. Pass in front, shot is denied there by Vazzy, by Fraser Minnan, the Rookie of the Month for the month of January, was named to that honor here before the start of the game tonight. Now Bjorkstrand, a shot on net's denied by Swayman, and he will cover. Shots 2-2 here in this first period. It is a 1-0 early lead for the Bolts. I have no idea, Glenn. I asked Peters about it yesterday. He didn't give me a name, so I don't really think it's fair to speculate. I really don't know who's going to come off. He did say that somebody will come off soon. Just didn't tell us exactly who it may be. Face-off here now in the Bruins zone. It's one back then by Boston. Pete tried to clear. Down low now battling forward is Gord. Gord trying to kick that puck to his foot. Behind the net then, fed up to the point quickly. Chernak will fire it around then behind the net, back over to Gord. Gord tries feeding it up top. It'll come out to center now. Ryan McDonough will pick it up, who also is returning to the lineup. Was not in the lineup in last Monday's game against the Mammoth, which we commentated. Here's Gord now pushing it off the boards. McDonough will bank it ahead then. And Tampa will now regroup here in their own end. Showing off Darren Radish, who is on the ice. And that's a guy who's been absolutely incredible to watch here for Tampa Bay this season. 48 points in a contract year is absolutely incredible. Cleared up to the point then. Moser battling for it then with the likes of Asperado. Takes it around now behind the net. Yeah, that was me. I asked him that. Now Gensel will try and clear it to center. McAvoy battling for it. Now a loose puck there in front and a near chance there for Dominic James, one of the younger players here on the Bolts. And he could not convert. McAvoy here to center, trying to throw a pass ahead then. Stolen back then by James. Here's James now with speed. Comes into the zone, shoots it, and he catches McAvoy in the face on his shot, and that will be a penalty. Charlie McAvoy, who was wearing a cage, he caught him up there. Gensel's trying to plead his case, but it will fall on deaf ears. And the Bruins will get the first power play here outdoors in the Stadium Series. It was a little follow through there by James as he shot the puck. It's not intentional. You can pretty much tell that in that play. He kind of gets them up there in the face as he's taking his shot off. It's one of those, I guess you could say, unlucky plays there for a guy like James, young rookie here, playing in an outdoor game here tonight. Really unfortunate, but sadly it does happen. And the Lightning are on the bad end of that one. It'll be a Bruins power play coming up. Boston will roll out Arvidsson, Geekie, Mitten, Pasternak, and McAvoy. Against Hagel, Cirelli, McDonough, and Chernak. Here for this Bruins man advantage. It's a lot of yellow and blue here in Raymond James Stadium. John Cooper wearing a nice little white suit with a maroon button down that shows a lot of his hairy chest. Here's Pasternak, a shot, goes wide. Vasilevsky as we start off this power play. Arvidsson battling for it down low. Whistle is blown, and we have another penalty coming up here. That power play did not last long. It will come to a close. And now it's going to be a 4-on-4, followed by a brief Lightning power play. So, thankfully, nothing bad came of that for Tampa Bay. So Arvidsson goes down. Boston will go back into their own zone. It'll be 4-on-4 action here for a moment. Face-off is won by the Bolts. Hagel, pass in front, then Cirelli, a shot into the chest of Jeremy Swayman there, quick and early. Marco Sturm is not happy with that call. He's still on his bench, very upset about that. Sturm going with the traditional little suit there, not wearing any theme shoots. I guess John Cooper's a lot more fun than he is. Bruins trying to break it out of their own zone. It's Lindholm, broken up by Hagel. Pass to center is stolen back quickly by McAvoy. Now Pastrnak here through center. Again, it is 4-on-4 for about 1:35 here in this opening period. Handling that puck then through center is Lindholm. Pass back to McAvoy. McAvoy down low here behind the net. Will try to throw it up top. It's stolen back then by Hagel. Brandon Hagel through the zone. Will circle back around here in the Bolts end. Drops it back then for Darren Radish, who will go behind his own net as well and assert his options. Now through center is Hedman. Hedman back to Kucherov. Kucherov to Hedman. Hedman clears it down low. Gensel back to Kucherov. Can't fully get that puck. Cleared down low then by Carlisle. Behind the net then, now battling for it, Gensel. Feeds it up top to Hedman. Hedman over then Carlisle to Kucherov. Kucherov gets knocked in there by Zadorov. And the Bruins are going a 3-on-2 the other way. It's Minnan with Pastrnak and Zadorov. Pastrnak up top, tried sending a pass down low to the Rookie of the Month. And it's stolen back by the Bolts. Kucherov nearly sent Hedman on a 1-on-1. Pastrnak pass forward. Minnan, a shot goes wide of Vasilevsky and played back out to center. And the Bruins will regroup. 15 seconds of 4-on-4 time here. It'll result in a brief Tampa Bay power play. It'll only be about, I think, 6 seconds or so here. And showing off Fraser Minnan there. It is a quick start here from Raymond James Stadium. And the Tampa Bay Lightning, off of a early Brandon Hagel goal, have taken the 1-0 lead. And as we head to our first commercial break, just want to say once again, thank you all so much for tuning in. If you enjoy the channel and you like what you see, subscribe down below if you're new. I would greatly appreciate. We are 4 subscribers away from 4,400, hoping to reach that brief, small little milestone here tonight. Let's go over the status report. So Elias Lindholm and Pavel Zacha did not travel with the Bruins. They are day-to-day due to the upper body injury. Zacha left in the second period of the Bruins game on Thursday against the Flyers. Lindholm didn't even play. So those two are not on the trip here, and they are not hurt. Victor Hedman, of course, obviously is returning after missing 22 games due to an elbow surgery. And then, as well as that, too, as I mentioned here on the earlier broadcast, the Lightning are expected to dress 11 forwards and 7 defensemen. So, thankfully, you look at Tampa Bay, they're getting some reinforcements back. They haven't had Hedman here for a while. They're missing a few of their key guys. They were missing Ryan McDonough there for a little bit. They haven't had Braden Point. He's not in here tonight. You're missing Emil Lilleberg. You're missing Charel de Aguardastus. He's also not playing tonight either. Boston, again, missing Lindholm and Zacha. Both these teams have had their fair share of injuries here this season. It's been pretty rough. Going over Tampa Bay's history in the last couple of years. Since winning those 3 straight Stanley Cups, or those 2 straight Stanley Cups, the Lightning have struggled to really get back to that holy grail. They obviously lost in the Cup Finals in 2022. And since then have not made it past the first round, if I'm correct. They lost in 23, they lost in 24, and they also lost in 25. Tampa Bay looking to bounce back, hopefully in this year's playoffs, and maybe not play Florida and try and get to a deep playoff run here. Bruins trying to get back to the playoffs themselves. 4-on-4 concludes. A Tampa Bay power play for 1 second, and that will do it for that. We're back to 5-on-5 here with 12:50 left to go in the first period. Here's a chance there for Arvidsson. Shot saved by Vasilevsky, and the rebound was stolen away as Arvidsson comes right out of the box flying, but is denied. I do like the backdrop. I do like the decorations around the Stadium Series and all that. This is appropriate for it. For the Winter Classic, when they did it in Miami, Florida, and they did it in the Lone Depot Park, it just didn't feel winter. It felt very off. This, I am 100% okay with. I like this. Here's Kuzmadinov, pass in front, saved by Vasilevsky there on a 1T from, I believe that was the likes of Pastrnak, and the puck goes up and out of play and into the bench. So, yeah, I really do. I like it when it's the Stadium Series and you get to do all these things with it. The Winter Classic, it should be in a winter environment. I understand that you want to go to all these other places and see them. That's why you have the Stadium Series. Here's McAvoy. Back to Pastrnak here up top. Shot is blocked. Now at the point, Pastrnak will backhand it down low. Bolts will try and clear to center. Kept in, though, by the Bruins. Kuzmadinov looks, pass in front! And a chance there for Pastrnak is robbed. And the Bolts will clear it out to center. Now Pontus Holmberg battling for it. Pasternak's trim. Now Kuzmadinov comes in, shoots it. Saved there by Vasilevsky. Net gets kicked off by, I believe that was Chernak. I do want to apologize. It is a little bit difficult to see who is who. The camera angle's a little bit away. And it looks like we're getting a penalty here. It's against the Bolts again. It's Pastrnak who was tripped by Holmberg. And the Bruins will get their second power play of the game. Hopefully this time they'll be able to actually fully convert on this one and not deal with the issue of immediately taking a penalty afterwards. So we'll get the first full glimpse at it here tonight. A little over 12 minutes to go in this first period. Bruins power play is 4th in the NHL this season. Cleared around behind the net then by Tampa Bay. It's McDonough up to the point now. Pastrnak back to McAvoy. Bruins get control. Geekie fires it. And it goes wide of Vasilevsky. Played ahead then by Cirelli, who tried to get it back to center. Still trying to poke it there, and he does get it there successfully. Pastrnak will dump it into his own zone for the Bruins to regroup. Here's Fraser Minnan back to Morgan Geekie, who will clear that one into the zone. Now cleared all the way back into the Boston zone. Swayman will come out of his net to give that puck to McAvoy. Charlie McAvoy. Pass to Pastrnak. Pastrnak drops it back to Minnan. Fraser Minnan brings it into the zone. Will clear it down low into the corner. Try to dump that one around behind the net. Now Pastrnak still battling for that puck. Trying to get a free. Geekie pass in front is fanned upon. Now McAvoy here up top. Back to Arvidsson. Arvidsson to McAvoy. Fires it. It goes wide of Vasilevsky. Tampa banks it off the boards. And back out to center. 11 minutes to go in this first period. Halfway through the Bruins power play. Middlestat. Cleared back to Kuzmadinov. Kuzmadinov now breaks it into the zone. Trying to take that one around behind the net. Geekie battling for it as well. Stolen back then by the Bolts. Here they come the other way. It's a 2-on-1 to developing. Here's Cirelli. Shoots it. Saved by Swayman. Rebound was there. Now Lindholm takes it back and clears it up to center. Here's Pastrnak. 2-on-2. Gives it back to Mason Lohrei. Lohrei loops the puck around. Trying to look for an option here. Back up to the point. Pastrnak winds up. Fires it. And it goes wide. Kuzmadinov then down low. Cleared back to Lindholm. Hampus Lindholm up top. Pastrnak save. Rebound denied. As Kuzmadinov got a huge chance there. And he's been phenomenal. Now Middlestat a shot. And another save by Vasilevsky. And the power play comes to a close. What a sequence there. And that is the 22nd of 23 power plays being killed off by the Tampa Bay Lightning. Shots are a whopping 8-3 here in favor of the Bruins. We are over halfway through the first period. It's Tampa Bay off the first shot of the game with a 1-0 lead. Now Victor Hedman trying to bring that one into the zone. Stolen back then by the Bruins. Kucherov trying to throw a pass through Zadorov's legs. Banked off the boards then for Andrew Peeke, who will attempt to race it through center. Steves dumps it down low into the Lightning zone. Grabbing it then is Kastelik down low, trying to throw a centering pass. Bruins will have to clear it to the point. Peeke dumps it down low to Kastelik. Kastelik gets hit against the boards. Picked up then by Victor Hedman. Can't throw a pass directly on Kucherov's stick. So the Bolts will get off and get a line change. 9 minutes to go here in this first period. Down low now. Tampa will break it through center. Puck is tipped into the Boston zone. Now a shot there by Holmberg is denied. Picked back up to the point. Bjork trying to radish a shot. It goes in on Swayman. He makes the pad save. Now banked up ahead then through the zone. Corrali a shot. And now Vasilevsky makes a pad save. Izemont wraps it around behind the net. Will pass in front. They score! Alex Steves, what a pass by the third line. And the Bruins have tied the game. It has been all Boston since that first Tampa Bay goal, and now the Bolts have to pay for it. It's Alex Steves, his 9th goal of the season, assisted by Izemont, and they have tied the game. Alex Steves playing in his 51st career NHL game. Over the 4 seasons he was in the Toronto Maple Leafs organization, he played a grand total of 15 games. And he's gotten a full-time role here with the Boston Bruins. And has scored just his 10th career goal and his first since December 23rd. Down low now, Bruins attempting to move it through center. It's Arvidsson who will try and throw a cross-ice pass there. Bruins get it back. Now they'll break it through center. Arvidsson will bank it back down low. Now Menon tried to clear it up then. Stolen back by the Lightning. Hagel through center. Brandon Hagel comes in. Pass back Kucherov up top. Now Carlisle a shot. And that one is blocked. Shots are 10-3 in favor of Boston. Now down low here, picking it up is Max Crozier. We profiled these guys last week against the Utah Mammoth. Crozier here, I believe, in his first full season with the Bolts, has yet to score a NHL goal. Wouldn't that be something if it came here tonight? Through the zone now is Morgan Geekie, one of the hottest goal scorers in the last calendar year. Is a pass one-timer by Pastrnak, goes high and wide. Now Menon clears it down low to Geekie. Geekie trying to poke check that one to center. Down low now, trying to get it back is Kuznetsov. Battling forward with McDonough. Geekie behind the net then to Pastrnak. Pastrnak pass over is blocked. And taken back then by the Bolts. Off the boards then, Tampa Bay here in their own zone. Chernak. Chernak looks for options as Tampa gets a new line out there. Chernak cross-ice pass to center. Stolen back then by the Bruins. Cleared into the zone quickly by Middlestep. On that pass in front. And it couldn't get there clearly. And now Dominic James with speed. James off the boards. Now banked down low. He gets it back. James trying to throw a pass to center then for Gensel. Jake Gensel up top. Hedman a shot goes wide. And cleared back then to Janot. And the door opens here in the rink in Raymond James Stadium. And they blow the whistle right in front of Kevin Weeks. And we head to our second commercial break. It's Alex Steves with the goal here for the Bruins. And we have a tied hockey game outdoors in Raymond James Stadium. So, fun little tidbit on the Brandon Hagel goal. That is the fastest ever goal scored in an outdoor game. So a little fun fact there for you guys. It's time to get into the Watch with Nordic trivia question here for tonight. And this one is surrounded around the Boston Bruins. The trivia question is, who are the 2 active Bruins players with the most outdoor points? So this is a present Bruin and a former Bruin. So they're both active in the NHL right now. There is one that is playing on this team right now, playing in this game. And there is another who is no longer on the Boston Bruins, but is still playing. Who are those 2 active players? Try to guess it in the comments. Don't look it up. Don't be that guy. I will not tell you whether your guesses are right or wrong. You just comment them down below. I will reveal it during the first commercial break of the third period. So fun little thing we've been doing there to implement into the new calendar year for Watch with Nordic live commentaries. As always, guys, subscribe down below if you're new. I would very much so greatly appreciate it. Back here from Raymond James Stadium as the Boston Bruins are tied up at 1. Shots are 11-4 here in favor of Boston. It's been a pretty whopping game in terms of the stats. But the only shots that matter, it's a tie game. Face-off coming here now in the Boston zone. They have Cam Schlittler talking in the intercom here, doing a little interview. Here's Hedman, a shot on Swayman. He makes the save. Now back over then for Bjorkstrand. Don't do this to me. Bjorkstrand back to Gensel. Gensel fed up top then, stolen back by the Bruins here quickly. Now it's cleared into the Tampa Bay zone. 6 minutes to go here in the first period. Down low now, battling forward is Gord. Carlisle flipping that one off then. Cleared back up to the point. Zadorov, a shot saved by Vasilevsky. Now up top then for Peak. Banked off the boards, then there's a 2-on-1 the other way. It's Bjorkstrand into the zone. Bjorkstrand fires it, gloved by Swayman. What a stop. And now we get some pushing and shoving here. Bjorkstrand going at it with Steves. And the whistle is blown with less than 6 minutes to go. Talking to Will Warren as well. I think they're both baseball players, right? I know Schlittler is. He pitches for the Yankees. He was big in the playoffs last year for them. Which is crazy that the playoffs started when we started commentating. Now we're almost at the point where they're getting ready for spring training. It's crazy. But I couldn't be happier. You guys know I've expressed it numerous times here in the chat. I love baseball. It's my favorite. It's one of my favorite. It's probably become my favorite sport recently, but hockey will always be number 1. Face off here now in the Boston zone, won by the Bolts. Moser, a shot, goes down low into the corner. Sorelli trying to battle for it, pinned against the boards by Fraser Minnan. Now Arvidsson attempting to bank it out to center. Bolts keep it in. Down low, Sorelli. Pass in front, blocked there by Lindholm. Picked up then quickly by Mitten, cleared to center. Bruins will dump it back into the Tampa Bay zone. Behind the net now is Darren Radish. Radish, one of the top players this season for the Bolts on their back end. Clear down low now. Kucherov battling for it. Trying to get that one free. It's Hagel. Looking to poke check that one ahead then as well. Cleared up top then for Moser. J.J. Moser. Down low then to Sorelli. Sorelli pass up top. Bolts can't keep it in. They will come back out to center. Moser back then for Radish. Tipped off the boards and down low here into the Bruins end. Boston will regroup now behind their own net. Lohrei, cross-ice pass then for Geekie. Down low now is McDonough, who banks it off the boards. Kept in, though, by the Bruins. Down the right side, a shot goes high and wide of Vazzy. Another chance on. They score! It was Charlie McAvoy from the point. I don't know if Geeky got it in front. He might have. And I think they will credit him with the goal. It's 2-1 Bruins. His 31st goal of the season. It's Morgan Geeky. And the Bruins now lead 2-1. Yeah, so it was Geeky who got that shot in front. It was assisted by Charlie McAvoy. Geeky, who has been on an absolute tear here this season and overall. And you couldn't even tell initially that puck crossed. Again, it's hard to tell with the TV angle out here. You really don't even know until the players celebrate. Morgan Geeky with 6 goals in his last 7 games. And the Bruins now have the lead. Here's Pastrnak now battling for it then with Girgensons. Cleared down low. McAvoy right side for Asperat. Thrown to center. Kuznetsov tried to pick up that puck. It's dumped down low then. Girgensons back to Moser. Moser to center. Bank back down low then. Geeky will try and backhand it to center. Stolen back then by the Lightning and dumped down low into the Boston zone. Asperat then for McAvoy. Pastrnak battling forward with Kuznetsov. He will throw it to center. Geeky dumps it down low. Shots are 14-6 with less than 4 minutes to go in this opening frame. Tampa will tip it out to center. Bruins will pick it up here now in their own zone and regroup. Trying to get that one then as Matthew Poitras off the boards. Then Gensel will try to dump that one down low. It does not go the way that he anticipated it to go. Janot will dump it back into the Lightning end. Vasilevsky now banked off the boards. Bolts will get it to center. Gensel as Poitras tripped, and that will be a penalty. Jay Gensel kind of laughing there at that. And Boston will get their 3rd power play of the game and a chance to expand their lead here. It's a tripping call against Jay Gensel. And we will head to commercial break once again. The 3rd power play of the game for Boston coming up. And again, guys, thank you all very much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Once again, if you're new to the channel, subscribe down below if you're new. I would greatly appreciate it. Our commentary schedule for this week. Tomorrow we have Senators, Penguins, followed by Maple Leafs, Flames. On Wednesday we have Canadiens, Jets, followed by Oilers, Flames. Thursday we have Predators, Capitals, followed by Kings and Golden Knights. And then on Friday the 6th, we have our first college hockey stream of the season. It's going to be Maine versus Boston University. So that should be a very fun game that we are commentating as well. Because, again, Thursday is the final day before the NHL players go on Olympic break. It'll be about 2.5 weeks before we see them in the NHL again. And we'll be doing some college hockey streams. We'll be doing some Olympic streams as well. Trying to familiarize our fandom here and our other stuff. Doing some more other leagues. So we'll be doing a league here that is not the NHL for the 2nd time at the end of the week. Looking forward to it. It should be fun. No worries, Sharky. Welcome, man. Better late than never is what I always liked to say. As always, thank you all for tuning in. Like the stream down below. It helps out with the engagement here on the channel. It'd be greatly appreciated. Face off now in the Tampa Bay zone. Fed up top, then the McAvoy. Fires it down low. Pastrnak pass in front. What a save by Vasilevsky on Victor Arvidsson. And the puck is cleared down the other way. Now Swayman will give it back to McAvoy. Pass through center then. Now Morgan Geeky picks it up. Banks it back down low then for Arvidsson. Bruins on their 3rd power play of the game. Arvidsson to Mitten. Frazier Mitten through the zone. Throws it up to the point. Pastrnak. Down low. Mitten. Up top. McAvoy save by Vazzy and cleared by the Bolts all the way down the other way. Pastrnak gets it back off the boards. Then Arvidsson. Arvidsson battling for it now down low in the corner. Mitten to Pastrnak. Pastrnak to McAvoy. McAvoy to Geekie. Geekie down low then for Pasta. Pasta tried to throw a centering pass. Now Mitten cleared down low. Pastrnak thrown up to the point. Geekie to McAvoy. Fires it. Tip. They score. Victor Arvidsson. A power play goal. And the Bruins lead by 2. Boston has come in here and completely spoiled the Stadium Series here in Raymond James Stadium. The Bolts have given up hardly any goals in their last 25 power plays. And Victor Arvidsson with a nice little tip in front makes it 3-1 off a power play goal. It's a multi-point game for Charlie McAvoy, a multi-point game for Morgan Geekie, and the Bruins are hot. And John Cooper now talking to his boys before we get started here with Puck Drop. Face off here now at center ice with 1:50 left to go in this first period. It's a 4-goal period. Boston's come in and spoiled the start of this Stadium Series. It's 3-1. Cirelli now through center, gets knocked off the puck. Stolen back to by the Bruins. In the zone now is Asperata shot and saved there by Vasilevsky on Poitras. Sorry, I don't know why I said Asperat. What a start to tonight's game. It's a multi-point performance from McAvoy and Geekie. Geekie, a goal and an assist. McAvoy, a goal and an assist. McAvoy, 2 assists. Yeah, these guys have been absolutely hot. It's been really fun to see these guys producing the level they have. It's been incredible. Face-off coming here now in the Tampa Bay zone. Off the draw now. It's won by the Bruins on Vasilevsky. They make the save. Now down low, Victor Hedman. Hedman will clear all the way out to center. Puck will slide in on Swayman. He decides to just cover it. And now Gensel getting into it here with Janot. And there's a little fight going on here on the ice. Dominic James without a helmet. We'll see if there's a penalty that comes here with this. But interesting sequence here in Tampa Bay. As always, thank you all for tuning in. Like the stream. Helps out with the engagement. Brings more people into the commentary. Shots are 20-7. Unbelievable. 20 shots by the Bruins here in this first period. And for a team that has plenty of experience in outdoor games, it's been a little bit since they've played outdoors. They didn't play outdoors last year. They didn't play outdoors the year before, I believe. Trying to think of the 2024 Winter Classic. No, they haven't played an outdoor game in a while. It is their first one in a little bit. Here's Radish now, who dumps it back into the Boston zone. McAvoy tried to clear, kept in by Tampa. Hagel will feed it up top. Moser a shot, saved by Swayman. Now down low, it's Isamont trying to dump that puck. Kept in by Tampa. Cleared back out of the zone by Boston, or at least almost. Kept in behind the net then. Now Gensel. Gensel to Kucherov. To Radish a shot. That one goes wide. We are now here in the final minute of the opening period. Isamont back to Gensel. Gensel dumps it down low to Kucherov. Stolen back then by Aspirata. We'll try and clear that one out to center. Hagel. Pass over. Kucherov, a shot. He fans on it. Now cleared out to center with 35 seconds remaining. Here's Moser. Through the zone. Clears it down lower. At least he tries to. Lohrei back then to Hagel, who shoots it above Swayman. Now Arvidsson gets it free. He will run it now through center. Arvidsson will clear that one down low into the Tampa Bay end. Vasilevsky around behind the net. 10 seconds to go. Bruins get it back. They will clear it down low. 5 seconds remaining. And that will pretty much do it here for the opening period outside in Raymond James Stadium. End of 20 minutes of play here in Tampa Bay. And the Bruins have come in and spoiled the Stadium Series here tonight. It is 3-1 Bruins off of goals from Steeves, Geekie, and Arvidsson after Brandon Hagel scored the fastest outdoor goal. And that being said, folks, it is intermission time. We will do our intermission report, talk about all of the things going on here around the NHL. We will review every single goal that happened here in this first period. But until then, it is intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do. And we will be back for the start of the second period momentarily. All right, give myself a second here to rest my voice. Here is the trivia question for today's commentary. I will read it off here once again. Who are the two active Bruins with the most outdoor points? There is one present and one former Boston Bruin that is on this list. So choose wisely. All right, give me a second here to rest my voice. Chillax. Go grab a drink. Go get a snack. Got a nice little decent audience of people here. Appreciate all your support. And we'll get started with the intermission report here in just a moment. Tim McGraw being the performer. That's interesting. All right. First intermission report here from my house in Pennsylvania, reporting on the Stadium Series here in Raymond James Stadium. It is a 3-1 lead for the Boston Bruins, going over the 4 goals that have transpired, one of them being a power play goal. The rest were 5v5. You start off with Brandon Hagel's first goal. It is off the faceoff. It's a nice little pass. Radish to Kucherov off the bench boards. Pass to Hagel to center. He just shoots it on Swayman. Gets him on the top left corner. And 11 seconds in, the fastest Stadium Series outdoor goal in the history of Stadium Series. And overall, they've done 45 of them. Second goal there came from Alex Steeves, and this is all from Mikey Eisymont. It's a battle for it down low in the corner off of the Corrali shot. Eisymont was battling for it there. He first is a turnover, gets it around the Bolts defense, and a nice little pass in front there to Steeves. And he makes it a 1-1 game. The third goal came from Morgan Geekie. And it was a shot from McAvoy that got the geeky little tip in front there. That tucked it past Andrei Vasilevsky. And now the Bruins take a 2-1 lead on that power play. Following that, Victor Arvidsson off of just a nice little passing play and the little tip in front. It goes Pastrnak, geeky to McAvoy. He shoots it, tipped in front by Arvidsson. And he makes it a 3-1 game. 20 shots by the Bruins in that first period. Absolutely nuts compared to the Lightning's 8. It was a chaotic first period there. The last time these two teams played each other, it was a 4-3 win for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Could we see that recreated here tonight? We will have to see. But what a phenomenal first period that was from Raymond James Stadium. As always, guys, I appreciate your support in the commentary streams. It is greatly appreciated. We just crossed over the 1,000 view mark on this commentary. That is especially appreciated. Thank you all so much for that. Uploading 2 commentary clips here from that opening period. We uploaded a short here today on the channel. It's the 3 best overtime calls of January that I was a big fan of. In overtime, I believe we commentated like 7 overtimes this month or last month, and I think that's absolutely nuts. Still 3-1 here in this first intermission. Going to be a bit of a longer intermission. There is a intermission concert that is happening here in Tampa Bay. Tim McGraw. You guys know Tim McGraw? He is performing here tonight. Bruins have won their last 19 games when scoring 3 first-period goals. So Tampa Bay going to have to defy some injuries. Some history there, as we know they like to do. Not going to deny that. They love to defy some history there when it comes to coming back in games and getting wins. I do want to thank you all for your support in the month of January. The month of January was analytically one of our best months in channel history. It's going to be very hard to replicate that. Just want to say that I really appreciate your guys' support here through all of the commentary streams this season. It really does mean a lot, truly. It's been a lot of fun to do this here the last couple of months, and overall the last 2 years. It gets even more and more fun. I've just absolutely loved it. And I'm ever grateful for your guys' support here in the live commentaries. It really does mean a lot. All right. While this Tim McGraw concert goes on here and we wait for the start of the second period, let's go over the other games around the NHL here tonight. So it is a really short slate for the NHL as a whole to this tonight here, as we see 3 games on the commentary slate. There has been one that has already been completed. We'll go more in depth with it here since we have a lot more time and not a lot more games going on. So Hurricanes versus Kings. It was a matchup here in Carolina in light of all the storms. They, despite that, still decided, hey, let's do the game here in North Carolina in Raleigh. And it started off with the Hurricanes taking a 1-0 lead. It was Jordan Stahl who picked up the first goal. And that will be it till the third period. There were 3 goals in the third period. Alexander Nikishin picks up his 7th of his NHL career and makes it a 2-0 game for the Hurricanes. And then later on, the LA Kings would storm back. Samuel Hellenius and Quentin Byfield tied the game for LA. The ironic thing is that the LA Kings in this entire game had 13 shots. The LA Kings had 13 shots in this game. The Hurricanes had 34. 13 shots, and this game was somehow 2-2 heading into overtime. But, thankfully, in light of all that, the Hurricanes would win in overtime. Maybe not thankfully, depending on what team you're a fan of. Sebastian Aho from Jarvis and Gostisbehere, a 3-2 overtime winner there for the Kings. They sweep the season series against Los Angeles this year, and the funny part about that is that both of those games were overtime wins for the Carolina Hurricanes. The first time early in the season, October 18th, and that was when Seth Jarvis scored the overtime winner, assisted by Sebastian Aho. So it's funny how the roles will sometimes reverse themselves when you look at history. And that's a fun little tidbit there to look at there and think about. Still a Tim McGraw commercial break here. The other game that is happening tonight, it is after this one. It is the Anaheim Ducks and the Vegas Golden Knights. I almost did this, but I'm just like, it's a Sunday. I need to rest. I know I'm going to be exhausted from school. I am. And I got to get ready for the upcoming week. So, don't worry. We will stream the Golden Knights again this week, so don't worry about that. All right, pulling up the commentary here again. Sorry about that, guys. So, Ducks and Golden Knights. Golden Knights 25-15-4. Ducks 28-23-3. You know what's a funny little tidbit that somebody pointed out to me about the NHL standings, or I guess I saw it on social media. When you look at the team with the least amount of wins in the Atlantic Division, the team with the least amount of wins in the Atlantic Division is the Toronto Maple Leafs with 25. So the Leafs have the least amount of division wins in the Atlantic. The most amount of division wins in the team with first place in the Pacific Division, the Vegas Golden Knights, have 25 wins as well. So it's funny because the Leafs, who are dead last in the Atlantic, have 25 wins. The Golden Knights, who are first in the Pacific, have 25 wins as well. The funny thing is, though, is that when you also look deeper into it, the Golden Knights actually have the fifth most amount of wins in their own division, and they're first. And the reasoning for that is that they have 14 overtime loss points. So that's something else there that I obviously factors into it as well. So you got to keep that into account as well. News around the NHL. There hasn't really been that much news, unless if I'm forgetting something that's really escaping my mind. Since we last talked, Patrick Kane, this kind of already happened. He became the NHL all-time points leader, passing Mike Modano. That was on Thursday. Again, really nothing has happened since then. It's kind of just been meh. Vincent Iorio was claimed off of waivers from the Sharks by the Rangers. So there you go. That's pretty much the only notable piece of news here over the last couple days. It's been pretty uneventful since we last commentated a stream before today. So Interesting little tidbit there for sure. All right, Tim McGraw still performing. It says we got about 2.5 minutes till the start of the second period. I'm not sure I believe that because McGraw is still performing. Maybe. Nah, it doesn't seem like he's done just yet. Oh my gosh. So some multi-point performances here tonight. Morgan Geekie and Charlie McAvoy. McAvoy 2 assists. Geekie with a goal and an assist. As I update the all-time stat sheet here, I showed you guys at the beginning of the stream. If you want to go check that out, you can go zoom to the start of the stream. You can see our all-time stat sheet. I will show it again on special circumstances, but I don't like to show it all the time because it's always a work in progress. Always. Always trying to improve it. All right, sorry guys, just updating this quickly. Jonathan Asperot, his first point in a commentary stream as well. Here tonight, too. How do you get down there? How are there some people who are able to get down there? Are you guys like VIPs? Well, I guess they are. That's a dumbass question for me to ask. That is a pretty dumb question for me to ask. I believe that is Arvidsson's first point as a Bruin. Yeah, not a great first period there for the Bolts. It was great for 11 seconds. I mean, I will say this. It was the fastest goal in an outdoor game. But I don't know if that'll really matter if you guys don't win. All right, getting ready for the second period here in just a moment from Raymond James Stadium. Obviously, got to do all the in-arena stuff and everything. That's why it all took so long. But the middle frame will come up here soon. They are currently just fixing up the ice. I should say this, the overall construction of the ice and trying to fix that and get that all set up and ready to go between periods does take longer. Hence why they do concert performances and all that stuff. That's something they obviously implement there for sure. And you're going to notice that a lot, obviously, with outdoor games. Shots 20-8. And I believe we got one more commercial break here before we get started with period number 2. Looks like a sellout crowd here in Tampa Bay. We should talk about the next Stadium Series. Next Stadium Series will be in Dallas. It'll be Stars and Golden Knights. That'll be a really fun game. Winter Classic will be in Utah next year. Mammoth versus Avalanche. Of course, unless if things change between now and that time, we will be live for that Stadium Series and the Winter Classic as well as always. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. If you are new to the channel, subscribe down below if you're new. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement. It says we got 3 minutes till the start of the second period. So, that's what it says on my little icon here on the TV. So, we are almost there. All right. Middle frame here in a matter of 2.5 minutes. We'll do our little recap as well. Again, commentary schedule for tomorrow. Senators versus Penguins. Followed by Maple Leafs versus Flames. So stay tuned for that coming up here on the channel very, very soon. First stream will start tomorrow at around 6:58 Eastern Time. All right. Alrighty, we are back here from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay for the second period of the Stadium Series between the Boston Bruins and the Tampa Bay Lightning. First period recap, goals were scored by Brandon Hagel, Alex Steeves, Morgan Geekie, and Victor Arvidsson. As the Bruins have a 3-1 lead here against the Tampa Bay Lightning through 20 minutes of play. Stats through 20. Shots were 20-8 in favor of the Bruins. Face-off percentage was 57.9% in favor of the Bruins. Power plays, Boston was 1 for 3. Tampa Bay was 0 for 1. Hits were 9-3 Boston. Block shots were 4-3 Tampa Bay. There was 4 penalties in that first period. These two teams will face off 2 more times this year. Once on April 4th, another on April 11th. So twice in the month of April between these two teams. They faced off at the very beginning of the year, October 13th. It was a 4-3 win for Tampa Bay. And for those who may be wondering, this is the first time we have commentated the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Boston Bruins in a Watch with Nordic stream. Tampa just entered the ice. So we are a little bit behind. We certainly are. All right, both skating around the ice. Going to take a couple of seconds here. Stupid Tampa late to the crowd. It's all right. Just kidding. All righty, here we go. It's the middle frame. As the referee is standing there at center ice, ready to drop the puck. He's got his camera on his chest. Both officials have a camera on their chest. John Cooper there mic'd up. Here we go. It is period number 2 between the Boston Bruins and the Tampa Bay Lightning outdoors here in the Stadium Series, and we are underway. Face-off is a tie-up. It's won back then by the Lightning. Cleared back into the Boston zone. Grabbing it then is McAvoy. Behind the net then, Asparat. Back then down low for Middlestat. Up to Fraser Mitten. Mitten through center then to McAvoy. McAvoy comes in. Shoots it. And it's blocked there off of the chance by Yanni Gourde. Now Middlestat down low. Picked back up by Moser, who will bank it all the way out to center. Racing for it then is Kucherov. Played off the boards then by the Bruins. Anthony Cirelli reportedly is not on the bench here to start this middle frame. Here's the Lightning now through center. It's Kucherov. Tries to throw a pass up then. Moser to Kucherov. Kucherov kind of lets the puck get away from him there. It's back around behind the net. Lohrei off the boards, then Pastrnak. Cross-ice pass. Up ahead then quickly for Geekie, who beats the icing. Battling for it down low with McDonough. He loses it to Girgensons. Down low then off the boards. And the Bolts bring it back the other way. Tried to throw a centering pass there. Was broken up then by a Bruin. Tampa Bay looking to bounce back from what was a really good 11 seconds in that first period. And then after that, it was pretty much all Bruins. Now Kuznetsov trying to move that puck through the zone. Stolen back down low then by Victor Hedman, who will break it through center. Hedman dumps it down low into the zone. Bruins get it back. It's cleared all the way back down into the Tampa Bay zone. That will be an icing against the Bruins. As always, thank you all so much for tuning in. Like the stream. Helps out with the engagement. I would greatly appreciate it. Face-off coming here now in the Boston zone. And it's won back then by the Bruins. Behind the net, Lindholm played back. Kucherov up top. Now Crozier a shot. And it goes wide. Geekie down low now behind the net. Kucherov pass in front. And Crozier another chance. And that one goes wide as well. Now Hedman a shot into the chest of Swayman. And that's exactly what you want if you're Tampa Bay. The early pressure. Again, you scored the first goal 11 seconds in. And then after that, it was just all Bruins from there. 3 goals in a row. You got to answer back for that. Or should I say they have to answer back for that. Face-off. Here again now in the Boston zone. It'll be Kastelik versus Gourde once again. Face-off won by Tampa. Hedman fires it on. Pad save by Swayman. Now Tanner Jeannot. Down low then for McAvoy. Off the boards. Through center. Asparat plays it ahead then for Kastelik. Stolen back then by the Bolts. Trying to take it back is Nick Paul. Played around then behind the net by Boston. Backhanded to center. Kastelik trying to go on a 1-0 breakaway. Hedman breaks him up. Bruins do get it back. Pass to center. Poitras. Backhand. He scores! Top cheddar. Matthew Poitras. His first goal this season. Just called up from Providence. And it's 4-1 Boston. What a backhander there. Matthew Poitras. Wow. And a nice little top cheddar backhander there. Wow. Bruins answer right back. Matthew Poitras, his first goal of the season. A nice little beauty backhand there. Dumped into the zone then by Max Crozier. Cleared around behind the net then. Gord battling for it. That is Poitras' 7th goal of his NHL career. Playing in his 68th game. Puck tipped back down low now. Gord battling for it with Zadorov. On the first shot of the period here for Boston. They take a quick 4-1 lead. Down low into the corner now is Gord battling for it then with Zadorov. Behind the net then Peak. Banks it off the boards. It'll come back to center. Tampa Bay trying to take it back. Holmberg through the zone. Loses an edge. Now Hagel comes in. Hagel wrap around in front. James a shot. And that deflects up in the air. And out of play. 16:46 left to go here in the second period. Yeah, it said 4-2 and then they took it away. I saw that also. It made me question if I was behind. I want to wait till commercial break to speed things up if that's the case. But I think that might have just been an error. Yeah, I don't know. It said that for me too. Mark Kastelik gets the assist on the Poitras goal. And a nice little backhander there. Makes it 4-1 Boston. Off the draw, Fraser Minnan taking the face-off against Hagel. Face-off one then by Tampa. McDonough cleared down low behind the net. Gensel battling for it then with Lowry. Shots are 21-11 in favor of the Bruins. Down low now, Lowry trying to bank that puck up to center. Here's Minnan now, back to Middlestat. Middlestat, pass up top, a shot deflected up in the air. And did not go out of play, almost did. Cleared all the way back into the Bruins zone. That will not be an icing. Boston will be forced to regroup. Maybe that's ESPN foreshadowing. It said James was going to score the goal, so if he scores, then that'll be pretty funny. Here's Radish who dumps it down low. Now Swayman in the corner. McAvoy off the boards then for Aspirant. Down low, McAvoy gets it back. Cleared to center. Banked back into the Tampa Bay zone. Well, this was not how I expected things to go. I thought it'd be a much closer game. The Bruins have seemingly run away with things here. Holmberg. Down low then, battling for that puck is Moser. Banked all the way out to center. Thank you. It's been a little bit difficult to see the numbers, but I've actually done a decent job at it. Sometimes I come into it right away. I'm red hot. I'm ready to go. Other times I need a couple minutes to ease into it. And that's kind of been what tonight's been. Boston with an 11-12-1 record in January. And they're looking to continue that success here into the month of February. And into the Olympic break. They find themselves firmly in a wild card spot. $15-10 left to go in the second period. Shots are 21-11 here in favor of the Bruins. They have dominated Tampa Bay here tonight. 3-goal lead. Face off in the Boston zone. Won by Tampa. Gonzalez tip in front there. Bjorkstrand nearly got a chance on. Will fire that one on Swayman. Goes off his head. Now Bruins will bank it out to center. Gonzalez drops it back. Hedman. Down low here in the Lightning end. Banked off the boards then for Hagel. Hagel through center. Gonzalez cross ice pass forward. James a shot. And it's blocked. Tampa keeps it, or tries to keep it into the goal line. Now Zadorov here to center. Tanner Jeannot. Back over then. It's dumped in quickly by the Bruins. Battling for it on the right side, Jeannot. Dekes into the zone. Takes it around now behind the net. Battling for it with Gonzalez. Now Bjorkstrand. Clears it down low then for Max Crozier. Crozier will clear to center. Bruins have had goals at all 4 lines. Pass to center then. Jeannot, a shot is denied there by Vasilevsky. And now we get some friendly pushing and shoving in front. Crozier getting into it there with Tanner Jeannot. Just some little fun punching. Why not? Little over 6 minutes gone here in this second period. Chances from both sides. The only goal coming from Matthew Poitras. And he makes it a 3-goal lead for the Bruins. Fun little watch with Nordic fact to keep in mind here. The Bruins have never won a commentary stream in regulation. 2 of their games have come with overtime wins. Pavel Zacha and Fraser Mitten scoring the overtime winners. Tonight will be their 3rd win in a commentary stream. And their 1st one in regulation if they can hold it down. Face-off now won by Tampa Bay. It's Radish who will break it through center. Kucherov back up then for Gensel. Gensel intercepted then by Middlestat, who will backhand it out to center. Now off the boards, Hagel will backhand it down low. Picked back up by Lindholm, who was slammed by Kucherov. Kucherov trying to wrap that one around now. It's Middlestat. Will bank it out to center. Arvidsson trying to send a pass back, jabbing at that puck. Picked up then by Middlestat. He's with Mitten. Middlestat dekes in. Gets kind of knocked off the puck there by Moser. Now down low, Radish gets it back. He avoids a hit there by Mitten. Now Kucherov steals it back over to Radish. Radish off the boards for Hagel. Hagel to Gensel. Gensel to Hagel. Down low now behind the net, trying to backhand that one down low. Now Corrali picks it up and clears out to center. Bolts get it back. Stolen back then by McAvoy. Through the zone, Steves clears it down low. Now battling for it was Corrali. Off the boards, Holmberg trying to send a pass up then for Gergensen. Now with speed is Eismont. Eismont fires it. And it goes off of Vasilevsky. Wraparound chance is also denied. Corrali feeds it up top. McAvoy at Asperad, who's been a very effective pairing tonight. Holmberg to Gord. Through center then with speed is Paul. Paul will dump that one down low. Behind the net then McAvoy over then for Asperad. Jonathan Asperad playing in his 36th career NHL game. Here's Gord. Pass back over. Holmberg, a shot into the chest of Swayman, and some more pushing and shoving in front. As I'm just going to assume something here. I don't think these two teams like each other. 4 goals from 4 different lines here on the Boston Bruins. And they lead Tampa Bay 4-1 in the 2026 Stadium Series. As always, thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. We do these commentary streams every single week for all 32 teams. We are 3 subscribers away from 4,400. So I would love to reach that milestone here heading into this week. It's crazy. We're coming up on the halfway mark of my goal by the end of June. Appreciate all the support. Whew, almost been live for 2 hours here.
Make a
4-1 lead for the Bruins. Again, we'll be live for a doubleheader tomorrow. Maple Leafs Flames and Senators Penguins. Penguins are one of 2 teams in Watch with Nordic history that are still undefeated. They have not suffered a loss. So we'll see what happens there, obviously. But going up against a very good Sens team. When we stream the Ottawa Senators, they generally do very, very good. Pretty cold stadium series here in Tampa Bay. It's 41 degrees Fahrenheit overall the last 4 stadium series. That is the fourth coldest since 2022. And not too bad. Again, 41 degrees, like, it's not as crazy as what we're getting here in Northeast or anywhere north. Still pretty cold, though. Shot from the point, saved by Swayman. I would kill for that right now. We've been getting like 10-degree weather here in Pennsylvania. I hate it. It's absolutely terrible. Kucherov dumps it down low. Peak will try and clear the one around. Kept in them by the ball. Shot on net. Saved by Swayman. Rebound in front. Jabbing at that puck. Cleared back around then. Down low. Kucherov. Lightning pressure. A shot. Saved by Swayman. Rebounds there in front. Back up to the point. Tampa trying to keep that one in. Menon will kick it out to center. 2-on-1 the other way. It's Pastrnak with Geekie. Pastrnak comes in. Geekie a shot. He scores! Morgan Geekie, one-timer. His second of the night. And it's 5-1 Bruins. If you're a Tampa native, right now it's cold. Yeah, I believe that. Again, like, I'm not criticizing you guys. You guys definitely get warmer weather for sure. It's still cold down there, though. What a pass. Pastrnak to Geekie. The Bruins were up there waiting for a 2-on-1 the other way. Morgan Geekie, with his second goal of the night, continues his insanity run this season. Pastrnak and Kuznetsov get the assists. And the Bruins lead 5-1. That is David Pasternak's 4th point or 5th point in a commentary stream. Down low now, Boston moves to the center. Now Kastelik a shot. Was blocked. Had to get a jacket. Damn, yeah, it is pretty bad. I mean, it is winter. I guess it makes sense. Shots 26-15. Bettman moved the game somewhere else. Yes, move it to Florida. Morgan Geekie, one-timer pass from Pastrnak. And not a good night for Andrei Vasilevsky. That's 5 goals on 26 shots and 808 save percentage. Jeremy Swayman doing good, 933. Has saved 14 of 15. But still a lot of hockey to go. We are not done yet. Icing here against Tampa Bay, I think, or a penalty. I'm not sure what's happening here. Power play for Tampa. So, it's under not ideal circumstances, but you still got a period and a half to go. You're down 5-1. You got to lock it down. You got to think of this with the mentality that it's a 0-0 hockey game. Come in here, get a power play goal, make it 5-2. Just keep the pressure on the Bruins. You got to have defensemen back, though. They're going to be looking for those 2-on-1s and 3-on-1s. They've had a couple of those instances this game. If Tampa can answer back on this power play, maybe we can see some kind of turnaround here, but I don't know. I wouldn't hold my breath, to be honest with you guys. Seems like the Bruins have kind of locked this one down. It's surprising because both these teams have played very, very well Bolts power play ranks 14th. This will be their first full power play of the game. Face-off coming here now in the Boston zone. It's Hagel versus Kuzendinov. Face-off won then by the Bruins. Lindholm will clear all the way down the other way. Now regrouping with it is Darren Radish. Radish down low here for Tampa Bay. Radish drops it back to Hagel. Hagel down the right side up top to Gensel. Gensel stolen back then by Kastelik, short-handed. Battling forward at center. Now Radish regroups in his own zone. Yeah, still a period and a half to go. There's still time. Kucherov. Pass over then up top for Gensel. Gensel holds it on the right side. Down low to Kucherov. Kucherov. Cross-ice pass then for Hagel. Hagel to Kucherov. Kucherov to Radish. Radish to Kucherov. To Gensel. Gensel to Kucherov. Kucherov up top. Kind of fumbles the puck a little bit. We'll bank it down low then Radish. And nearly a disastrous turnover there. Now Gensel down low. Just wide is Brandon Hagel, who nearly had his second of the night. Kucherov up top. Gensel fires it on. Save. Rebounds in front. Jabbing at it. They score. Oliver Bjorkstrand and now Kastelik getting at it there. A power play goal, and we got some fights. But regardless of that, the Bolts. Power play goal, it's 5-2. It's Oliver Bjorkstrand who caught that rebound in front. Jabbing at that puck on Jeremy Swayman. And we're going to get some penalties here. McAvoy will come out of the box. Kastelik will come in. Could Tampa Bay get blessed here with another power play? It looks like they might. Are you serious? Lenny are playing like Todd Bowles defense. You can make a Buccaneers joke about their defense. Bjorkstrand assisted by Hagel and Gensel. Hagel with a multi-point game tonight. 5-2. All right. Tampa's going to go back on the power play here, it looks like, in light of that pushing and shoving fight there. So, literally, immediately off of that, they're going to get another power play. This is a pretty good opportunity here for the Bolts to put themselves back in this game. Bjorkstrand with a little rebound shot there. As Brandon Hagel was jabbing at that puck. Regardless, he has a multi-point game tonight. He joins Geeky and McAvoy, who also have multi-point games. Again, you just hope that, for Tampa Bay, you just hope that you're able to keep the pressure on. You're getting another power play here. Hey, that's a huge chance to put yourselves within 2. Ray Ferraro said it, so. But already 3 goals in this second period. It's just goals galore here tonight. Showing off the Tampa Bay Rays arena over there. Not far from Raymond James. Bolts will stay on the power play here as Kastelik will head to the box. Jabbing at that puck in front was Bjorkstrand. Kastelik throws a little cross-check to the face. He instigated the whole fight that went down. And this is a huge chance here for the Lightning. Will the face-off stay in the Boston zone? Or does it come to center since a goal was scored? Not 100% sure. 9:32 left to go. Face-off will come to center, so Bullets will have to get set up in the Bruins zone. Bruins have allowed 6 power play goals in their last 7 games. Face-off now at center after that goal. Bullets still on the power play. This is a massive chance for the Bullets to get themselves back in this. Radish. Back to Hagel. 7 of 8 goals for Bjorkstrand have come on the power play, which is nuts. Radish to Gensel. Gensel. Back to Kucherov. Kucherov up top to Radish. Radish to Kucherov. Kucherov to Gensel. Gensel to Kucherov. Shoots it. Blocked. Gensel gets it back. Up top to Kucherov. 9:02. Kucherov a shot saved by Swayman. Rebound was there. And now Swayman gets into it. He's going down pushing at the likes of, I think that was Hagel. And he's looking for Vasilevsky. He's trying to go. And we got a goalie fight. It's Swayman versus Vazzy. Are you serious? An outdoor goalie fight at Raymond James Stadium. Vazzy and Swayman throwing the fisticuffs. Are you serious? The refs come in to break it up. Are you kidding me? You only see a goalie fight maybe once every couple years. We saw one earlier this year with Nedeljkovic and Bobrovsky. And when Swayman went at that Lightning player, the first thought that came to my head was, oh my God, is Vazzy going to come down? Holy crap. It wasn't a full-blown goalie fight because the refs got in the way, but are you serious? That's absolutely nuts. Oh my God, oh my God. I have never experienced anything like that in a live commentary stream. Absolutely crazy. Wow. Holy crap. They didn't get that many punches in. Vazzy threw most of the fisticuffs. The refs came in to break it up midway through. It ended pretty quickly. But that is absolutely nuts. It's an outdoor game. It's a 5-2 game. The game was already getting pretty crazy as it is. I can't believe it, man. This is actually nuts. Never have I experienced anything like that. We have done... Holy crap. What number commentary? We have done 159 live commentary streams. And we have never experienced the goalie fight. Wow. That's nuts. Wow. That's why you do it. That's why I do this. For moments like that. Are you serious? That's absolutely nuts. How do the goalies' penalties works? No, the backups don't go in the box. They have players that will come and sit in the box for the fight. Yeah, what Jack said. Yeah, fight outdoors is absolutely insane. All right, it's still a Lightning power play. 1:27 to go in the second period. Boston has a 5-2 lead. Again, there's still the opportunity for Tampa Bay to come back in this game. If they get the power play goal, it's a 2-goal game. That'd be crazy. It'll be Nick Paul serving the penalty for Tampa Bay. It looks like it might be 4-on-4. They're going to have to take a second to assess these penalties, but holy crap. This is actually nuts. I don't know. That's a top 5 moment of all time that I've seen in a commentary. A goalie fight outdoors. All right, now we resume play here from Tampa Bay. What a game. Off the draw, it's a 4-on-4, so Tampa Bay does get assessed a penalty. Here now through center, Radish. Drops it back for Paul. Thought Paul was serving the penalty. Guess he's not. Gensel will backhand it down low. Battling for it now. It slides behind the net. Kucherov feeds it up top. Radish at the point down low. Darren Radish to Kucherov. Down low now. Gensel to Kuch. Tipped. Saved by Swayman. Rebound is cleared away then by the Bruins. And Vazzy out of his own net will play that puck down low. Now coming here through center. Radish drops it back. Paul to Kucherov. Kucherov will dump it down low. Paul battling for it. Gensel can't get it up to the point. Now Fraser Menon brings it through center. Shoots it on Vazzy. He'll make the save. Kucherov through the zone to Radish. How expensive were the tickets? I don't even know that. Puck is cleared all the way back into the Lightning zone. Vazzy back for Radish. Radish to Gensel. Gensel clears it into the zone. I think we're back to 5v5. Now Peak behind the net, battling for it then with Gensel. Try to throw a centering pass there. Janot will backhand it all the way down into the Tampa Bay zone. That's an icing against the Bruins. Tim McGraw is with PK Subban, huh? That was absolutely incredible. Tim McGraw nearly cursed on the panel here. It's like they nearly beat the stuff out of each other. Caught himself. Tickets were $500. Would have gone if I had the funds, but I'm broke. I feel you, man. So am I. So am I. All right, face-off coming here again now in the Boston zone. 7:22 remaining here in period number 2. We have had an absolute treat here tonight between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Boston Bruins. Absolutely incredible. Thank you all, as always, for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. Hedman, a shot is blocked. Bruins get it back. Through the zone now is Kastelik. 3-on-2. Mark Kastelik will come into the zone. Moves to center. Puck's in the crease. It's taken back by the Bolts. Breaking it now through center. Tampa Bay dumps it down low. Boston battling for it in the corner. Geeky. Back around now behind the net. Live 10 minutes away from the stadium, so it would have been bucket list. That would have been incredible. I want to go to an outdoor game before I die. 100%. Battling for it now down low in the corner. Chernak trying to break that one free. It's cleared around behind the net. Then up top for Lohrei. Fires it on. Goes wide of Vasilevsky. Now Lohrei up top. Sends it down low. Geeky battling for it now with Moser. Possible wraparound chance. Jabbing at that puck. And it's gloved by Vazzy. And we get some more pushing and shoving here. And there's been plenty of this here tonight. You went to Isles Rangers at MetLife? Nice. Not everybody gets to say they've been to an outdoor game. What's up, Ronald? How's it going? Hey, you never know. And a couple decades from now, maybe they go back. Oh my God, this broadcast is nuts. All right, face-off here in the Tampa Bay zone, won by the Bruins. Zadorov down low then, cleared back into the corner. Carlisle behind the net, back over then, down low. Crozier through center now, Kucherov. Shots are 28-18. It's been an insane game. Crozier in front, saved by Swayman. He's still looking for his first NHL goal. Kucherov down low, wraparound chance in front. Swayman just hits that one in the air and out of play. They're calling for a delay of game. Will they get one? I think they might. They will. Tampa Bay power play coming up. Jeremy Swayman, delay of game, threw the puck over the glass. That is 7 penalty minutes in total for Swayman tonight. We will head to commercial break. Holy crap, what a game this has been. Pushing at the likes of, I think that was Hagel. And he's looking for Vasilevsky. He's trying to go, and we got a goalie fight. It's Swayman versus Vazzy. Oh my God. Are you serious? An outdoor goalie fight at Raymond James Stadium. Vazzy and Swayman throwing the fisticuffs. Are you serious? The refs come in to break it up. That was nuts. That was, again, like, those are, like, once, like, that's why I do this so much. Because you never know when you get on the commentated game, you never know what you're going to get. That's the best part of it. Are you kidding me? You only see a goalie fight maybe once every couple years. We saw one earlier this year with Nedeljkovic and Bobrovsky. And when Swayman went on that Lightning player, the first Lightning player. Wow. I'm appalled. Thank you all so much for tuning in. What software do I use? I use OBS. It's free. If you just download it, it's free, I believe. OBS. Thank you all for tuning in. If you enjoy the commentary, subscribe down below. If you are new, I would greatly appreciate it. Face off here now. Tampa Bay power play. Sorry, I'm trying to upload that clip. Kucherov. Down low to Gensel. Gensel to Kucherov. Kucherov to Radish. Kucherov saved by Swayman. Right into his chest. It would be one hell of a hockey game if the Lightning could find a way to come back in this game. Not even if they win it, just come back. That'd be freaking nuts. I am in it right now. I am so in it right now. And a bad penalty being called here. I'm not sure who it's on. I think it's on Tampa. Oh, no, it's Boston. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the screen. I look away for a second. And we have a 5-on-3. It's a 2-man advantage here for Tampa Bay. And I can't say it enough. This is an absolutely stupendous, monumental, absolutely unbelievable, whatever you want to call this. This is a massive opportunity for the Tampa Bay Lightning to get themselves back in this game. 2-man advantage, 5:44 left to go in the second period. You got to get at least one. 148 of 5-on-3 as well. You got to get at least one. Radish. Up top. Kucherov. Down low, Gensel. Gensel to Kucherov. To Radish. Radish to Hagel. Hagel comes in. Radish to Kucherov. Kucherov to Radish. Down low! And Gensel nearly had a goal there, but he couldn't get it all the way. Hagel to Radish. To Hagel. Down low, Kucherov. Shot wide. Hagel. Back up top. Down low, Kucherov. Doesn't shoot it. Radish's shot. Save, rebound, pass over. It goes back up top. Radish to Kucherov. To Gensel. Gensel to Kucherov. Kucherov to Gensel. Fires it. Save, rebounds in the crease. Swayman makes the save. All right. Stadium Series commentary, all that is uploaded. All right. Now we're locked in. Fully locked in. Absolute cinema here tonight in Raymond James Stadium for the Stadium Series. It is going to be a 5-on-3 for another minute, followed by, I think, 12 seconds of 5-on-4. Tampa Bay has to score. If you want to come back in this game, you got to score. Shots are 29-23. Face off. Won by the Bolts. Radish. Up top. Kucherov shoots it wide and out of play. Kucherov, a 3-time Art Ross winner. Face-off, won by the Bolts. Shot on, save by Swayman. Goes down low to the corner. McAvoy battling for it then with Hagel. Down low then, Gensel. Wraps it around behind the net to Kucherov. Kucherov up top. Down low, Gensel. Gensel to Kucherov. Kucherov a shot. Saved by Swayman. Gensel gets it back. Kucherov. Waits. Radish! Saved by Swayman. Are you serious? Jeremy Swayman, have yourself a night. A goalie fight. 22 saves. Good Lord. I said it, I mean, you need to get at least one. It's a 5-on-3. You're down 5-2. You have plenty of time. Like, this isn't like a close to the end of the game. You still got a whole nother period of play. Here's Radish battling for it. Bruins trying to get it back. Puck is under a Bruin. Jabbing at it now. Played back by Lindholm. Whistle is blown. And we have a penalty again. It's against the Bruins again. Oh my God. They are literally handing the game to the Bolts. They are literally handing it to them. You have to score on one of these. It'll be another 2-man advantage for 19 seconds, followed by some more 5-on-4 time. Dude, you gotta score. Like, there's really no other except you gotta score. I will tell you right now, and I know this is gonna sound like, yeah, no shit, Nordic. If they don't score on either of these power plays, they're losing the game. Like, I mean, yeah, no shit. But the Bruins players are literally overflowing the penalty box, which is hilarious. All right. Face-off coming up here now in the Boston zone. It's won by Tampa. Radish to Kucherov. Kucherov up top. Radish! They score! Darren Radish! A slap shot from up top. And there's one. 5-3. Five on 3, so they still get the 5 on 4. And Tampa Bay, which was once 4 goals down, is now back within 2. Darren Radish assisted by Kucherov and Hagel. Hagel with 3 points tonight. Radish with 2. Kucherov with 2. It is multi-point games galore here in this stadium series. What a commentary and what a game we have tonight. And it's only going to get better. Face-off won by the Bolts. They have 20 seconds of two-man advantage time even still. Kucherov up top to Radish. Radish to Gensel. Gensel to Kucherov. Kucherov to Hagel. Up top Radish to Kucherov. 10 seconds left of 5 on 3. Radish to Kucherov. Down low. Gensel. Pass over. They score! It's Nick Paul! They're within 1! And they still get the power play. 5 on 4. And it's 5-4. What is happening? It's a 1-goal game with 3:47 left to play in the second period. What is happening right now? Nick Paul. That's 2 goals in about 30 seconds. Nick Paul with the pass in front. It's not over yet. And the Bolts are within 1. 5-4. Tampa Bay has 1 minute and 30 seconds of 5 on 4 time. Darren Radish, 3 points tonight. He got the assist. Here's Hagel through the zone. Drop back to Gensel. Gensel passes intercepted. Shorthanded now Kastelik. Radish drops it back to Kucherov. Kucherov through the zone. Pass back Hagel. Hagel up top. Radish to Kucherov. Kucherov to Radish. Shot wide. Now Gensel to Kucherov. Kucherov to Gensel. Gensel fires it. Saved by Swayman. This game went from looking like a blowout to a cinema. Radish's shot blocked. They get it out of the zone, not all the way. Kucherov to Paul. They keep those same tired Bruins on the ice. Nick Paul down low. Paul to Kucherov. Intercepted by Kastelik. Kept in by Radish. Radish to Hagel. 30 seconds to go on the Bolts power play. Kucherov to Gensel. Gensel to Kucherov. Kucherov at the slot. Gensel can't move it to center. Time winding down. Kucherov shot blocked. Kept in the zone. Kucherov to Radish. Less than 10 to go on the power play. Hagel comes in. Gets held back off. To the outside. Pass to Kucherov. Down low. Gensel. Pass over blocked. Back to 5 on 4. Corrali to Gensel. They battle forward. It's cleared all the way to center. They couldn't get the game tied, but oh man, what a sequence that was. Kuznetsov now over them for Pasternak. Can't get the shot on. Now Pika's shot blocked in front. Another chance goes wide. Zadorov at the point fires it. And now Kuznetsov gets the puck back for the Bruins. Now they get their chance of pressure. Whistle blown dead for an offsides. As Peak could not hold it in the zone. So let's take a second here. Take a look at the points. Kucherov, 3 assists. Hagel, goal and 2 assists. Gensel, 2 assists. Radish, goal and an assist. Geeky, 2 goals and an assist. McAvoy, 2 assists. This is absolutely insane. What a game this has been. This is an outdoor high. 11 goals. It's been a very long time. Absolute cinema here tonight from Raymond James Stadium, and we are far from done. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. The Bruins had 20 shots in that first period. Now the Lightning have had 20 shots here in this second period. An unbelievably even game. Eric Chernak on the right side will clear it all the way down low into the Boston zone. Behind the net now, Poitras battling for it. Tampa trying to keep it in the zone. McDonough dumps it around up top. Chernak clears it down low. 15 goals? I don't know, bro. Maybe. With the way this game's going. Last minute of play here in the second period. Bruins get it back. Zadorov to Pastrnak. Cleared behind the net. Gord. Down low. Pass back then. Over in front. Holmberg denied by Swayman. What a game this has been. That's all I can say, honestly. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream. It helps out with the engagement. Face off in the Boston zone. One back by the Bruins. Lindholm will clear all the way to center. Mitten will tip it down low. Stolen back then by Crozier. Crozier to Gonzalez. Bolts will dump it back into the Bruins zone. Arvidsson dumped around back into the corner. Lightning get it back. Dominic James, pass in front, blocked. James up top, fires it. It goes wide, 10 seconds left. Hit down low there. Mitten will try and bank it out to center. It's cleared back into the Tampa zone for an icing with 3 seconds to go. Face off here now in the Boston zone with 3 seconds to go. Shots in this game are 30-29 in favor of Tampa. Shot on Swayman at the buzzer is denied. And that will do it for the middle frame. End of 40 here, and what an insane period it's been. 9 goals in this game tonight. 5 of them came in the second period. A goalie fight. There has been over 30 minutes in terms of penalties. Absolutely insane. And it sets up a thrilling third period coming up here in just a moment. But that being said, folks, it is intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do. We will be back for the start of the third period momentarily. And before we get into our intermission report, we'll talk about all the goals that went down. We'll talk about the upcoming games tomorrow. And I don't think we're going to need that much time. There's a lot of stuff we need to talk about. So I'm going to put the trivia question. Who are the 2 active Bruins with the most outdoor points? There was one present Bruin and there was one former Bruin. I can tell what team you're cheering for, Jordan. So I'll let you guys guess that in the comments. I won't tell you whether you're right or wrong until the first commercial break of the third period. But I'm going to go use the bathroom. I'll be right back, guys. Thank you all for your support. Subscribe down below if you're new. And like the stream. All right, I have returned. Sorry about that, guys. Oh my gosh. 8 a.m. class tomorrow. I have a 9 a.m. class. It's going to suck. Oh my lord. Wow, what a second period that was. I mean, again, you do a lot of commentary streams. I've done almost 160. And this is and I've never witnessed anything this crazy, especially a goalie fight. That's a first in a live commentary. It's really shocking. Let's go over the goals in that middle frame. There were 5 in total. So we'll start off with the Matthew Poitras goal, which feels like an afterthought. It feels like an afterthought at this point. It starts off, the Lightning were hemming the Bruins in their own zone. It's a 2-on-1 the other way. Kastelik comes in, sees Poitras open. He just does a little backhand top corner on Vasilevsky, makes it a 4-1 game at that point. And then it's kind of the same instance. The Lightning were hemming the Bruins in their own zone. The Bruins come down the other way. It's Geekie and Pastrnak, 2-on-1. Pastrnak to Geekie, one-timer, past Vasilevsky, and it finds itself back of the net. It's a 5-1 hockey game. Then the goalie fight happens. Then more penalties happen against the Bruins, and then Tampa Bay suddenly finds themselves on a 5-on-3 for a really long extended period of time. You see Oliver Bjorkstrand score the first goal. It was off of a little rebound there in front. Just a little net front battle there, and then a fight ensues after that. Kastelik goes to the box, but the Lightning are within 3. Then Darren Radish, just off the draw. And again, I said it right before they started coming at him. I said if you don't score on any of these power plays, it's over. And again, I know it's the obvious thing to say, but somebody had to say it. Somebody had to say it. Radish at the point, just a slap shot behind Swayman. It's 5-3. And then not long after that, again, with all the penalties going on, I lost the fact that Tampa Bay still had that 5-on-3. They still had that 2-man advantage. And they had that for about 20 more seconds. Nick Paul picks up the little rebound there in front, the backdoor pass. It slides just past Swayman. And it's a 1-goal game. It's a 1-goal game. Honestly, I'm not going to lie, when that Morgan Geekie goal went in, I thought it was over. And I'm thinking to myself, well, this kind of sucks. I was hoping for it to be not only a great commentary stream in terms of the views, and I think the game going away, it does plays a factor in that. I was hoping it'd just be a good game. Because in the stadium, in the outdoor commentaries we've done, the outdoor games, it feels like they're never close. The 2024 or 2025 Winter Classic, we streamed that game 6-2 St. Louis. It was a blowout. It could have been expected. The stadium series between the Red Wings and the Blue Jackets, we did not stream. Of course, that was close. The Winter Classic this year was Rangers and Panthers in Miami. There was a lot of criticism from me, especially heading into it. I was like, I don't really know how I feel about this. I'm not a huge fan of this. The Rangers, it was a 5-point game by Zibanejad. How upset could you be? They win the game 5-2, I think it was, 5-1. Regardless, it was still a blowout game. And then this game, when it became 5-1, I'm just like, oh, are you serious? Great, it's going to be another one of these just where I'm just commentating, just to commentate until the end of the game. And then the goalie fight. 3 goals on the power play. Wow. I really hope for the sake of it that Tampa Bay comes in here and they tie it. And it goes to OT. I don't even care who wins. I don't care who wins. I am just so happy that I get the opportunity to do this and that how close it is. Like, I don't even know how I'm talking right now. It's unbelievable. I can't believe I'm doing this. I can't believe I get to do this. What a game it's been. We're not even done yet. Oh my gosh. One more period. Maybe more. So I will say this, the 2026 Winter Classic, it got just under 1,900 views. This stream is already at 1,800, so we're going to pass that mark for sure. They're doing a charity shoot into an empty net here on the broadcast. It's going to be a little longer till we get ready for the start of the third period. They're doing a charity shot. We'll see if this guy makes the charity thing. Thanks, Sharky. I appreciate it. I do it for you guys. Yikes. Rob missed the net. Whoa, Baker Mayfield just comes out of nowhere. Who is that? It's $1 million shot. Oh my God. Watch him miss again. Is this scripted? Will the puck go a certain way? All right, $1 million shot. $1 million to charity. Will he hit it? For the empty net. He misses. Just like how I always miss all the time. I gotta watch my goalie call again. And now Swayman gets into it. He's going down, pushing at the likes of, I think that was Hagel. And he's looking for Vasilevsky. All right, let's take a look at the upcoming games tomorrow. So there's Zam in the ice here in Raymond James Stadium, but I got to say, that was one of the best periods of commentary I've ever done. All right, let's take a look at the upcoming games tomorrow in the NHL. It's the last week before the Olympic break, so we'll see a couple of other commentaries this week before we wrap up. Tomorrow is a 10-game slate. You have Sabres-Panthers kicking it off at 7 o'clock. You have Penguins and Senators. We will be live for that game. Is that in Pittsburgh? How about I just pull up the schedule and not the scores so I can see? It says about 11 minutes till the start of the third. So we got 11 minutes, guys. It's in Pittsburgh. Cool. Islanders Capitals tomorrow at 7. That'll be a fun game. Canadiens Wild as well. Blues and Predators. We've done that in a commentary before. Sharks and Hawks will also be a commentary too. Jets and Stars, 8:30 p.m. also. Red Wings Avalanche at 9. Sucks that it's earlier. I would do it later, but it interferes with my first commentary. Canucks and Mammoth, 9:30. That'll be a good game. And then Flames and Leafs is also there as well. We'll be doing that one also. Hey, Sharky, thank you for the $5 donation, bro. I appreciate it. The donations are never expected, but they are appreciated. And I don't even really mind it that much. I should say that I don't care, but I'm just here to commentate a great game. Thank you so much, Sharky. I really appreciate that. It means a lot, brother. Thank you. All right. Heard some loud Buccaneer crowds for football, but this is probably the loudest I've heard Lightning fans in a good while. Oh, yeah. They've been treated to a great game. I don't know. We'll see if the Bolts can come back, but this really does feel like a... Oh. Dropped my phone. I think Tampa's feeling it now. After that fight, we'll see. We will see. Still plenty of time to go. Oh my gosh. All right, about 8 minutes till the start of the third period. Here from Raymond James Stadium. I don't even know what to say right now. Absolutely nuts. Opening middle frame. What a way to start February. All I got to say, what a way to start February. What a great way to start it, too. All right, I'm going to try and go through all of the goals and add them into the score sheet. This might take me a while. 5 freaking goals. I don't know if Poitras has a point yet. Yeah, so first point for Matthew Poitras on a commentary stream. It's pretty cool they have that pirate ship. I want to see it from Vazzy's angle. I want to see Vazzy come down from the other end and they start going. You know what's funny? During this whole thing, Swayman had like a stick tied up in his pads. That was the funniest part about it all. All right, I got to turn off the power play thing. Dude, 22 shots is absolutely insane. They had 22 shots in that second period, dude. Seriously? Holy crap. All right, still in the second intermission. Both teams looking for 2 big points in the standings. They had a phenomenal hockey game tonight. That is a first point for Murat Kuznetsov as well. Crazy. I don't even really know what to say. Like, that was just absolutely phenomenal. You know what's nuts? One of the craziest tidbits that I saw out of that whole sequence, and people are going to forget about it here a little bit, is that during that whole thing, it showed the amount of goals Oliver Bjorkstrand has this year. Bjorkstrand has 8 goals this year. 7 of them have come on the power play. Seriously? 7 of your 8 goals all year have come on the man advantage. Isn't that just crazy? That's just, like, appalling to me. I'm going one by one. I'm not even going to try and keep track of the multi-point. Like, that's nuts. All right, still got about 3.5 minutes to go till the start of the third period. So we're almost there, guys. We are almost ready to start. Referees are coming out, almost ready to go. So we're getting there. I wonder, this is another thing that I'm going to keep track of. The biggest comebacks in live commentary. There's a few other stats that I need to take a look at. But this is certainly up there. This is certainly up there for sure. So 2 minutes till period number 3. Again, I do want to say thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. We are 1 sub away from 4,400, so we are like right there. We've been at the cusp for a little bit here. Also, like the stream. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the commentary. Be greatly appreciated. All right, so I haven't done Hagel yet.
Proven to provide greater relief from depression symptoms than an antidepressant alone. Building on my progress without starting over. Weight gain and reported sexual side effects were not common.
Elderly dementia patients have increased risk of death or stroke. Caplyta is not approved for dementia-related psychosis. Call your doctor about new or sudden mood changes, behaviors, or suicidal thoughts right away. Antidepressants may increase these risks. Report fever, confusion, stiff muscles, which may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may be permanent. High cholesterol and weight gain may occur, as can high blood sugar, which may be fatal. Common side effects are sleepiness, dizziness, nausea, dry mouth, feeling tired, and diarrhea. These aren't all the side effects.
Ask your doctor about Caplyta.
All righty. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to start the third period between the Boston Bruins and the Tampa Bay Lightning here in the 2026 Stadium Series from Raymond James Stadium. Second period recap. Goals were scored by Matthew Poitras, Morgan Geekie, Oliver Bjorkstrand, Darren Radish, and Nick Paul. And we'll see if this third period is any better than that second, because that second was nuts. Stats through 40. Shots are 30 to 29 in favor of Tampa Bay. Face-off percentage has been flipped a complete 180. It was 59% in favor of the Bruins at the end of 20. Now it's 59% in favor of Tampa Bay here through 40. Power plays. Lightning are 3 for 6. Bruins are 1 for 3. Penalty minutes. Bruins have 21. Tampa Bay has 15. That adds up for 36 total. Hits are 17-14 in favor of the Lightning. Block shots are 12-17 or 12-7 in favor of the Bruins. I said something a couple weeks ago. It was Caps Oilers. I called the game absolute cinema, and I called it a box office. This is box office. We have another period to go, and I already know after that second period this is going to be incredible. Period number 3 between the Bolts and the Bruins, an outdoor stadium series is underway. Face-off won by Boston. They will dump it immediately here into the Tampa Bay zone. Radish battling for it. Picked back up by the Bolts. Arvidsson trying to steal that puck back. Fires it in on Vazzy. And he'll make the save. The 30th shot of the game for the Bruins. What are save percentages? Huh? What's a save percentage? Anybody know? Faced 22 shots in that second period. Swayman did. Face-off coming here now in the Tampa Bay zone. It's one off the boards. Then Paul trying to clear to center. Kept in by the Bruins. Back down low into the corner. Hagel will flick it to center. Dump down low here now behind the net. Aspirata to McAvoy. Charlie McAvoy will flick this one to center, or at least he'll try to. Kept in then by the Lightning. Dumped down low then by McAvoy. Through the zone is Fraser Mitten. Dumps it in then on Vasilevsky. He will play that puck away. Right side then battling for it is Moser. Lightning will come back and regroup. Bruins are undefeated in regulation when leading after 2 periods of play. The Bolts have never had a comeback win from more than 4 goals in their entire franchise history. We have just crossed over the 2,000 view mark on this stream. Thank you all for your continued support. Lindholm off the boards then for Kuznetsov, stolen back then by the Lightning. They will clear it down low into the Bruins zone. Swayman fighting for it now with Lowry. Geeky will clear to center. Pastrnak back then for Chernak. Through the zone, Gord. Gord with room, fires it. It goes wide of Swayman. Down low now behind the net, Yanni Gord pass in front. They couldn't get to it in time. Cleared the other way. Not an icing. Down low now is Ryan McDonough. McDonough dumped into the Boston zone. Nikita Kucherov broke a Lightning record tonight. He now has the most multi-point games in Lightning history. 308 in his career, which is crazy. Icing here against the Bruins. You take a look at who he broke the record with. That was Steven Stamkos. So 2 Lightning legends there who have broken records. Face-off in the Boston zone. Cleared all the way to center now. Carlisle trying to pick that one up. Will backhand it into the zone. Bruins get it back. At center, dumped in down low then by Poitras. Behind the net then now Carlisle gets it back for the Bolts. McDonough tipped through center into the Bruins end. Swayman plays it with his stick. Off the boards now. Steves will come back and regroup. Steves back for Peak. Peak will dump it down low into the Tampa Bay end. Bolts have 1 loss in regulation since December 20th. Pass to center is blocked. Now Hedman through center to James. James to Kucherov. Kucherov, wraparound chance. Try to get around 2 Bruins players there. Now Hagel down low. I assume the Bruins will come back out and play a much more structured game. And that's what we've got in here so far. Hedman back to Radish. Over then for Hedman. Hedman back to Hagel. Hagel can't complete the pass. Down low now Asperat off the boards. Bruins will take it back now through center. Dumped into the Tampa Bay zone. On the right side, Arvidsson trying to move to center. Down low now Beecher. Behind the net then for Middlestat. Middlestat to Gord. Gord trying to break it through center. Clear down low. Radish tried to dump that one off the boards. It'll go around then behind the net. Holmberg to Radish. Will throw it to center. Bolts try to dump it into the Bruins zone. Picking it up then with speed is Gonzalez. Loses it. Taken back then by Boston. Middlestat battling for that puck. Cleared to center. 2-on-2 the other way. Mitten with Arvidsson. And the Bruins turn over the puck, and here they come the other way. Holmberg, 2-on-4. Holmberg, drop pass up then for Girgensons. Girgensons down low. Holmberg, pass in front, shoots it. Saved by Swayman. Rebound was there. It's cleared away all the way back into the Boston zone, or the Tampa Bay zone. Not enough for an icing. Shots 31-30. Tampa Bay now moves it through the zone. McDonough cleared into the Boston zone. Peak. Battling forward then was Zadorov. Getting it back then is James. Tried to flick it to center. Now Kuznetsov tries to clear. Back then up top. Crozier. Down low then Paul. Nick Paul carries it around behind the net. Paul trying to move to center. A backhand save by Swimmer. Rebound jabbing at that puck. It's in the crease. Cleared back to the right side. Now Geeky. Thrown all the way back to center. Now David Pastrnak 1-on-1. Still has the puck. Pasta down low to Mitten. Trying to poke check that one away. Now Bjorkstrand gets it back for the Lightning. 5 minutes gone here in the third. Still a 5-4 hockey game. McAvoy battling forward here. Cleared to center. Now Carlisle gets it. He will dump it down low. Picked up off the boards. Kucherov up top. Hagel waits. Fires it. Gloved by Swayman. Anthony Cirelli had a big hit by Kastelik, and he didn't fall down to the ground. He was on the bench hurting, and he will not return to the game. So another player there out for Tampa Bay, a costly injury, and a guy that they would love to have in their lineup. But sadly, injuries happen. Face-off, won by the Bolts. Crozier up top. Carlisle saved by Swayman with his mask. Down low now behind the net, James. Bjorkstrand up top. Crozier fires it, blocked. It's a 1-on-0 the other way. Racing forward is Poitras. Vazzy will get there first. And now Crozier breaks it up down low. Carlisle to Bjorkstrand, back to Gonzalez. Kept in by Boston. Lowry dekes into the zone. James shoots it, blocked. Lowry keeping it in down low. It's all about running down the clock. Tampa Bay, when they hem you in their own zone, it's hard to get out. And the most important thing for the most penalized team in the league, don't take penalties. Here's Lowry. Wrap around. At least he tried to. Now back around behind the net. Crozier fighting forward with Kuznetsov. 13:40 left to go. Carlisle behind the Tampa Bay net. He'll try and break it through center. Dump down low. Off the boards now with it is Lindholm. Cleared back down low. Geeky fighting for it now with Radish. Kuznetsov off the boards to Peak. Dumped around now behind the net. Pastrnak centering pass then to Kuznetsov is blocked off the boards. Played back then for Gord. Gord will clear to center. Racing forward with speed then is Gergensons. Zadorov gets the pass back to Peak, who will throw it to center. Lightning get it back, or so they thought. They will dump it into the Boston zone. It will not be enough for an icing. 12:45 left to go in the third. 5-4 Bruins. It was once 5-1. The Bolts, 3 goals in that middle frame, all in the power play. 3-on-2 is broken up, and now Arvidsson with a chance. Arvidsson poke checked away. And now the Bolts get it back. Hedman plays it back down low then for Gensel. Lightning will regroup here in their own end. Hedman drops it back. Chernak holds it here in the Tampa Bay zone. Bruins are playing that lockdown defensive style. Chernak, pass dumps back into the Boston zone. Arvidsson steals it back. They will clear it into the Lightning end. Yeah, the Bruins are drawing into that 1-2-2 neutral zone play. It's going to be a lot of this Bolts just rushing into the zone trying to get the puck. It's annoying to watch, but it does work. Through the zone now, racing with it is Azimod. Try to get a backhand there on Vazzy. It goes wide. Now Lindholm. Bruins get some opportunity. Backhand in front on Vazzy. Save. Rebound was there. Now James will flick it back to the point. Lowry down low to Azimod. Shoots it. And that one goes up and out of play. And it deflected off of Nick Paul. 11:22 left to go in the third period. Shots 34-30. And we will head to commercial break, which means it is time for our answer to our trivia question. Feels like we may have forgotten about it because of all the goals and everything going on. But the trivia question tonight was, who are the 2 active Bruins with the most outdoor points? There is one present Bruin and there is one former Bruin who have the most points. And the answers, Brad Marchand and David Pastrnak, who both have 5 points in live commentary streams. Or not live commentary streams. They have 5 points in outdoor games combined. So I guess now, when we obviously started this, now Pastrnak is the leader. He has an assist here tonight that puts him at 6 points in outdoor games, obviously. But, of course, say Marshy now. But, at the time, it was a tie. So, there you go. There you go. The answers are Marchand and Pasternak with the most outdoor points heading into this game. Like to extend a big thank you to everybody. We just hit the 4,400 subscriber mark. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate it. We are over 2,000 views on this commentary. What's crazy is that we've had so many 2,000 view streams this year. It might not even be might not even make it into the top 10, which is crazy to think. A lot of the streams we've done, 8 of the 10 streams we did in January broke into the top 10 for most viewed commentaries ever. Let's go Lightning. Love to hear that. Olympic tournament begins February 11th to February 22nd, 11 days of the Olympics. There'll be a trade freeze on Wednesday the 4th to the 22nd, so keep an eye out for trades here probably tomorrow and Tuesday. McAvoy back to Pasternak. Fans on the shot. Trying to play that one was Moser. Gord battling for it. Banked off the boards. Holmberg to center. Tried to send a 2-on-1 the other way. Kept in by McAvoy. Shot down low. Tipped. And kept in by the Bruins. Geeky. Down low then for Radish. Battling for that puck with Moser. Now Kuznetsov down low in the corner. Geeky. Played ahead then by the Lightning. Here's Gord now through center. Will bank that one into the Boston zone. Down on the right side. Battling for it then is Holmberg. Holmberg to Asperot. Puck is tipped and goes out of play. That'll get a face-off here in the Boston zone. Tampa Bay again, 55% of the face-offs have gone their way. You got to hope that this one goes their way as well. They need that game-tying goal. And they certainly need it soon. Face-off here in the Boston zone. Bruins trying to clear. They will get it out successfully. Crozier banks it off the boards. Pass back to Arvidsson, who dekes in. Backhand down low into the corner. Banked off the boards then by Kucherov. Through center now, Gensel. Back to Carlisle. Carlisle with room. Pass over, gloved by Swayman. A little over halfway to go. Who wins the Olympics? I think Canada. I think Canada will win. $10:16 left to play. Face-off in the Boston zone, won by the Bruins. McAvoy now plays it through center. Dumps it back into the Tampa Bay end. This is the 45th outdoor game, as I've mentioned a couple of times here on the commentary. The 27th in a football stadium. And there's always 2 every year, sometimes 3. I think we had 4 the one year. Here's James battling for it then with Hagel. Kept in there by Gonzalez. And we have a hand pass call here against the Bruins. Ducks and Golden Knights, the next game up on the ESPN broadcasting. I thought about doing it, but it's going to be a late night here already. We're coming up on 3.5 hours of streaming. Keep in mind, our longest ever stream was 4.5 hours. I wonder if we can reach that. If it does go to extra time, this will be up there as one of our longest streams ever. Which is pretty nuts. It's already past how long the Winter Classic was. Wow. Anyway, that's just me being a nerd.
Focus where it should be, on you. At Diamond, we connect your business to a more personalized, dedicated approach than what traditional banks can offer. We meet you where you are, right inside your community, where we've been serving our members since 1947. We're working together and growing together. Where ambition meets intuition, and we're best in class meets best in community. That's unity. That's Diamond Credit Union.
All right. Thank you all for tuning in. Like the stream. Best outdoor game was Ann Arbor. Yeah, that was a great one. For sure. All right, commercial break almost done. Got a little under 10 minutes to go. Here from the home of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I feel like I've said Raymond James Stadium like 100,000 times. I think I said this in a TikTok a few years ago that this would be a good idea, and some people call me crazy. 64,617 people in attendance. Showing off the Stanley Cup playoffs beginning April 18th. We're getting there. Little over 3 months away, or a little under 3 months away. Can't wait. Down low now, Zadorov will clear all the way out to center. Bolts will regroup now on their own end. Dumped into the zone then by Moser. Right side now, it's picked up by Yanni Gord. Bolts need that game-tying goal. Shots 34-32. Gord will dump it into the Boston zone. Zadorov will play to center. Bruins get it back. They will try and clear it down low. Now Nick Paul behind the net then with 9 minutes left. It's been a shutdown period here by Boston. They're playing that 1-2-2. Here's James through center. Comes in. Shoots it. Saved by Swayman. He nearly beat him. Looking at the Eastern Conference playoff picture, the Bruins are looking to move into that first wild card spot with 27 games remaining. Tampa Bay with the lead in the Atlantic Division. I think they're second in the Eastern Conference, if I saw that correctly. Face off in the Boston zone, off the draw. Kucherov, a shot blocked. Bruins will get it out to center. Bruins will dump it into the Lightning end. Battling for it in the corner. Hagel will get it free through center. Gensel. Kucherov. He's got some room. Jabbing at it with Steve. Set up to the point then. Kept in by McDonough. Backhanded down low. Gensel. Back to Kucherov. Kucherov to McDonough. McDonough up top. Down low. Kucherov. He scores! We are tied! Nikita Kucherov! One-timer! Down by 4 goals. Nikita Kucherov. And we are tied at 5 apiece here in the third period of the Stadium Series. And who else? His 4th point of the game. His 28th of the season. And we are tied. Wow. Wow. Face-off now at center is won by the Lightning. Hedman dumps it into the zone. Asperat off the boards then for McAvoy. Shots are 36-22. Everybody call your friends. Call your mom, call your dad. You are not going to want to miss the finish to this game. Trying to feed a shot to the point then. Down low now, Middlestat. Behind the net then for the Bruins. Kucherov has 31 points in January. He has 4 so far in February, just through one game. Assist on that goal were Ryan McDonough and Eric Chernak, who register their first points of the night. Here's Moser now through center to Kucherov. Kucherov poke checked away then by Poitras. Backhanded off the boards to center. Radish to Moser. Moser to Radish. To Kucherov. Drop back. They can't keep it in the zone fully. They'll have to come back out. Radish dumps it down low. It comes all the way around the other way back into the Tampa Bay zone. Radish dumps it back in. Peak to Zadorov. Banked off the boards to center. Kastelik ahead then Janot. Cleared away then by Tampa. 6.5 minutes to go. Moser to center. Holmberg trying to bring that one in. He's broken up then by Kuzadinov. Up to Geekie. Geekie, who has 2 goals tonight. Kuzadinov tried to throw a pass down low. Pastrnak out of the zone. Pasta, cross-ice pass. It's blocked by McDonough. McDonough to Holmberg. Can't complete it. He misses the puck. And now Tampa holds it here in their own zone. Dumped into the Boston end. Swayman. Down low then for Lindholm. Lindholm off the boards here in the corner. Picked back up then by the Bruins. Lindholm drops back down low then for Lowry. I did not think I'd be saying this. Pastrnak a shot denied. But we are heading towards crunch time. Crunch time is when a game is tied or within 2 goals. And we are here. Moser played up top to Gord. Gord to center. Gergensons back up to Paul. Intercepted there by Boston. Minute now on the right side to James. Puck to flex up in the air. Here's Dominic James with speed. The rookie. James fires it. Deflected off of McAvoy. And out of play. One thing I've noticed is that since those goals were allowed, there has not been a lot of physicality. Nikita Kucherov, one-timer. We are tied at 5.
What are your financial goals? No goals. Not even for retirement? No goals. Good talk. See you on the ice.
Thank you all for tuning in. What a game this has been. Unbelievable. Oh my gosh. Like, yeah, I can't even believe it, dude. This has been absolutely nuts. This is also why I decided not to do Ducks and Golden Knights, because of the fact that I knew this was going to be a problem. I knew this game was going to go on way too long, and that game has already started. I knew it. That's why I didn't do it. If the game was at 10, maybe. But even then, like I'm cutting it close.
Blue Buffalo Love Made Fresh. Superior nutrition you trust. Made the way Chuck loves it. With freedom to mix fresh and dry. It's our natural ingredients. Served fresh. New from Blue Buffalo. It's love made fresh.
There's no way we're in Florida right now. No way. This feels like Minnesota right there, bud.
All right. There has been a total of 10 goals here tonight. We have that feeling that there will only be one more. Which side will it be? Off the draw, cleared to center, racing forward with speeds, Janot. Janot fires it, gloved by Vasilevsky. Shots are 36-34 in favor of Tampa Bay. Take a look at the goalie stats here for both sides. Swayman, 861, 31 saves on 36 shots. Vazzy, 848, 28 saves on 33 shots. The Bolts have quite literally done the impossible. I did not think they would come back. I'm just going to be openly honest with you guys. I did not think they'd come back tonight. Face-off. Down low in the corner now. Battling for it is Radish and Geeky. Played off the boards then by Moser. Moser then for Holmberg. Holmberg dumps it down low. Down low now, Gergensons to Gord behind the net. Pass in front. And Moser was there. Fires it on. It goes wide. Played back up top. Kept in by Radish. Gord throws it around behind the net. 4.5 minutes to go. Holmberg to Gord. Gord behind the net. Yanni Gord feeds it up top. Moser, a shot blocked. Broken stick for Geeky. Gord to Gergensons. Asperat battling for it now with Holmberg in the corner. Taken back then by the Bruins, who will clear it all the way back to center. Tampa Bay regains the puck in their own zone. Moser behind the net. He'll break it through center. Pass back to Gensel. Gensel dumps it into the Boston end. Now Zadorov battling for it with him. Played in front. Gensel can't get it. Another chance. McDonough, a shot denied by Swayman. Here come the Bruins the other way. It's Arvidsson broken up there by a Bolt skates. And banked off the boards all the way back down into the Boston zone. Zadorov to Arvidsson. Cleared down low here into the Tampa Bay end. McDonough try to clear that one to center. Back into the Boston zone. Slides in there on Swayman. Now Asperat here behind the net. Shots 37-33. Pass the center then off the boards. Poitras battling for it then with Bjorkstrand. Trying to clear that one around behind the net was Tanner Janot. Can't get there in time. Bruins get it to center. And that could have been fatal. It almost got on. Matthew Poitras now up to the point. McAvoy fires it. It goes wide. Now Dominic James off the boards. Behind the net then Crozier. Back over then Bjorkstrand. Cross ice pass. Tried to send James. It's an icing. It went off of Dominic James's stick, but they called it an icing. Interesting. 2.5 minutes to go here in the third period. I can't believe we're here, but we're tied. Yeah, they'll bring the face-off back to center. It went off of Dominic James's stick. Figured it would go back to center. Not surprised about that result whatsoever. Face-off coming here now at center ice. It'll be Gord versus Kuznetsov. Face-off is blown dead. They will kick out Gord. Pastrnak getting into it there with Gord. Face-off now won by the Bruins. And it's Lohrei for Lindholm to Geeky, who will backhand it down low. Behind the net then, picked up is Moser. J.J. Moser now up to Gord. Gord will shoot it just wide of Swayman. Behind the net then, Gergensons thrown up top. Radish a shot. Blocked. Bruins will try and get it back. Here's Geeky. He had the puck in his feet, couldn't find it. He would have had a 1-on-0. Here's Gergensons. Drops it back then for Holmberg. Holmberg in front. Gergensons jabbing at it. It's down low. Holmberg up top. Radish fires it. It's blocked. And now a rush for the puck the other way. Radish will get to it before Pastrnak. Plays it back over then for Moser. Tampa will regroup now again in their own end. J.J. Moser holds the puck. This is the most viewed outdoor game in live commentary history. Kucherov off the boards, can't keep it. Now Fraser Minnan handles the puck. Will clear it all the way back into the Tampa Bay zone. McDonough. Pass through center. Slides into the Boston end. We are approaching the final minute of regulation. Puck is dumped back into the Tampa Bay zone. McDonough takes it through center. Dumps it down low. Behind the net then for McAvoy. We are in the last minute of play in regulation. We are tied 5-5 in the Stadium Series. Unbelievable game. Radish to McDonough. Through center. Gord will dump it down low. It's broken up then by Boston. Cleared back into the Tampa Bay zone. 39 seconds left. Janot to Kastelik. Up top. Lohrei waits. Pass over McAvoy. Lindholm fires it. Saved by Vazzy. Less than 30 to go. Puck will come out to center. Poitras will dump it back down low. I'm sure the Bolts will take their time. 10 seconds. One last push. Radish intercepted. Cleared the other way. It'll go wide of Vazzy. 5 seconds left. It's an icing against the Bruins. So with 5.7 seconds to go, there will be a face-off in the Boston zone. All right. Face-off. It'll be Geeky off the draw against Paul. Face-off. Won by the Bolts. Hedman. Pass over. Kucherov. Fans on the shot. It was 5-1 midway through the second. And now we find ourselves heading to overtime outdoors in the Stadium Series. Does it get any better than this? Holy smokes. All right. We will head to commercial break. But first off, before we get into this overtime, let's talk about the game so far. Goals in order. Hagel, Steves, Geeky, Arvidsson, Poitras, Geeky, Bjorkstrand, Radish, Paul, Kucherov. 5-5. Shots are 37-34 in favor of Tampa Bay. We're going to go down watch with Nordic Lane here. You take a look at players in live commentary history who have scored overtime winners. None of them outdoors. There has never been a player for the Tampa Bay Lightning to score an overtime winner. There have been 2 for Boston. One of them is playing tonight. That's Fraser Mitten. The other is Pavel Zatka. So we have some room here tonight to make some history. Morgan Geeky has 2 goals. Let's go Bruins. We'll see if they can get the OT win, stave off the blown lead. Reminder, the Bruins only have 2 losses outside of regulation where they have lost the game after leading heading into the third. Tampa Bay has never had a 4+ goal comeback in their franchise's history. This has been an insane game. One of the best ones we've commentated the entire year. Thank you all for your continued support tonight. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. This is going to be a thrilling finish. Here we go. Overtime. From Raymond James Stadium, it's McAvoy, Kastelik, and Pastrnak against Paul, Hagel, and Moser. Face-off. Cleared all the way back down low into the Tampa Bay zone. It'll be 3-on-3 overtime, followed by a shootout. Here's Kucherov, 2-on-1. Kucherov, pass over Moser to Kuch, and they can't complete it. Here's Kuznetsov now. It's a 2-on-1 the other way. Kuznetsov with Pastrnak. Kuznetsov to Pastrnak. A shot. They score! David Pastrnak. They're waving a no goal. They're blowing it dead. They're blowing it dead. For what? For what? Offsides? Penalty? What the hell? He had the puck for at least 10 seconds. What? Oh my God. Okay, I'm sorry. Tampa Bay just got the bailout of all bailouts. Why didn't they blow that whistle faster? Are you kidding me? That is insane. That is the craziest. This might be the craziest officiating I've ever seen in my life. A chance to win it here for Tampa Bay. A lightning power play, 4-on-3. How does that happen? How? All right, 4-on-3 power play in overtime. Radish to Kucherov. Kucherov to Gensel. Gensel to Kucherov. Kucherov to Radish to Kucherov. Pass in front, Bjorkstrand. Can't get the shot on. Bjorkstrand up top, Radish to Kucherov. To Bjorkstrand! Save, rebound! Goes up high and wide. Bjorkstrand battling for it now with McAvoy in the corner. Down low now, Lindholm. Cleared all the way back into the Tampa Bay zone. He had the puck for at least 5 seconds. And they didn't even touch it. Holy crap. Here's Gensel. To Hagel up top. Hagel comes in, shoots it. Saved by Swayman. Lindholm. Up top, Gensel to Radish. Radish at the point. Kucherov. Kucherov to Gensel. Gensel to Kucherov. Kucherov, Radish, Kucherov. Gensel shoots it wide. Puck ends up all the way in the Tampa Bay zone. 45 seconds left of 4-on-3 time. Kucherov drops it back up top to Radish. Radish to Hagel. Hagel waits. Down low, Gensel to Hagel. Hagel to Radish. Radish to Kucherov. Saved by some rebounds. Pass in front. Hagel to Radish to Kucherov. Shot wide. Hagel skates it around now up top. Hagel to Kucherov. Off the post. Oh my God. 10 seconds to go on the power play. Kucherov to Radish. Shut off Swayman. Radish to Hagel. Hagel to Kucherov. Kucherov to Hagel. Hagel fumbles the puck. Power play is over. Gensel. Hagel. Pass in front. Blocked. What a block by Charlie McAvoy. Gensel to Radish. Radish down low. Hagel battling for it. Hagel up top. Gensel. Pass back over then for the likes of Moser. They'll come back outside and regroup. Moser through the zone. Holmberg down low. Battling for it with McAvoy. Stolen back by Fraser Mitten. Mitten. Back then for Pastrnak. Shoots it. And it goes wide. Holmberg. Played back down low then for the Bolts. Puck gets stuck in the referee. Now Mitten comes in. Fires it just wide. Picked back up then by the Bolts. Holmberg through center. 1:40 to go in the overtime. Holmberg battling for it now with Lohrei. Holmberg still has it. Gord up top. Crozier to Gord. Gord back over then for Holmberg. Holmberg to Carlisle. Carlisle fires it. Blocked by Lindholm. Intercepted by Crozier, who keeps it in the zone. Lindholm pass all the way back into the Tampa Bay end. And an icing against the Bruins. Jeremy Swayman. Oh my God. He bailed the Bruins out. Just like how the refs bailed the Bruins out. I never say that, but that was plain as day. How do you not call that earlier? Whatever. It doesn't matter. My heart is beating like crazy right now. 1:13 left to go here in extra time. Shots 41-34. Face off in the Tampa Bay zone. Geeky will take the draw. Face-off is cleared all the way to center. They won it back so much they couldn't even get it in the zone. Last minute of play in overtime. Hagel fires it in on Swayman and makes the save. He'll cover. So we are in the final minute of play here now in overtime. This game is insane. Face off here again now in the Boston zone. Shots are 42-34. Gensel versus Middlestat with 58.8 on the clock. Gensel will win the draw. Down low, Gensel. Moser, Kucherov, Gensel fires it, save, rebound in front is denied. Kucherov battling forward with Pasternak. Stolen back by the Bruins. Here's McAvoy. 2-on-2. He's got Middlestat. McAvoy. Pass in front. Jabbing at it. Vasilevsky trying to poke check away. McAvoy battling forward with Moser. He'll set a breakaway the other way. It's Kucherov. He's in. Saved by Swayman. Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't even have a voice. Are you for real? Oh, he tried to get it through. Oh my God. Swayman holding his ground tonight. I don't even... 28 seconds to go. Face off. Won by the Bolts. Paul in front, trying to get the shot on delayed penalty against the Bruins. They will call it. 24 seconds left. It's Pasternak again. I think. No, it's not. It's going to be Lindholm. And yeah, that is all right. Tampa Bay with 25 seconds of 4-on-3. Another massive face-off here. And they will call their timeout. This is, like, I don't even know what to say. Like, I don't even want to call this the best game I've commentated all year because I've said that for so many other commentaries. This might be it. Like, this is insane. We are witnessing something unbelievable here, guys. It's absolutely nuts. Oh my God. 24.7 seconds left in overtime. 5-5. My heart is beating like crazy. This has now become Face-off won by the Bolts. Kucherov to Radish. Gensel up top. Radish, less than 15. Kucherov, pass over. Intercepted by Corrali. Corrali will backhand the other way. 10 seconds left. Gensel gets it back. Here they come now through center. Gensel to Kucherov to Hagel. 3 seconds left. Hagel, a shot saved by Swayman with half a second left. I'm assuming they will pull the goaltender here, and we will go to a shootout. But they're going to try and pull the goalie and try and get something to go their way here. Holy crap. This has now become the second longest stream in live commentary history. Oh my God. Empty net for the Bolts with 0.5 left on the clock. They will just try and get the shot off the draw. This is common. You see this happen a lot. Face off. It's Kastelik versus Gensel. Face off. It's blown dead as they all try and rush each other. Half a second off the draw, and we're going to a shootout. Wow. This will be the third time in 45 outdoor games that we will witness a shootout. But what a performance tonight. 46 shots on goal for the Bolts. Jeremy Swayman nearly got his save percentage back up to a 900. He's right up there. 891. Vasilevsky right now sticking at an 853. Jesus. All right. A goalie fight. Overtime craziness. 10 goals. And we will go the furthest we can possibly go. A shootout. This is absolutely insane. I don't even know what to say. All right. So they will do the ice crew here, clean off the rink a little bit, and we'll get a shootout here in Tampa Bay. Again, as I said, the third time ever. The last one was 12 years ago in the Winter Classic, where the Maple Leafs defeated Detroit 4-2. Shootouts are difficult in a sense that they're hard to commentate. Jeremy Swayman in his shootout career, 8-7 record. A .790 save percentage, just stopped 49 of 62 shots. On the other side, Vasilevsky 26-9 with a .760. Neither of these teams have ever gone to a shootout before. First to shoot is going to be the guy, I believe, who tied the game. Oh, it's Gonzalez. Never mind. The Watch with Nordic Rookie of the Year, Gage Gonzalez, picks up the puck. Down the bench side, moves slowly, then comes to center, fires it, save by Swayman. He doesn't even know where the puck is. And Gonzalez is denied. Now the Bruins will go next. It's going to be Casey Middlestat. He's 6 for 21 in shootouts with 4 shootout goals. Or game-deciding goals. Here's Middlestat through center, through a crowd of boos. Comes in. Saved by Vazzy. And we are through round 1 with no goals. Now on to the top of the second. What a game this has been. Nikita Kucherov now up next. 15 for 51. 5 game-deciding goals. Kucherov picks up the puck down through the bench side. Slowly through center. Backhand. Can't tuck it. And Swayman stands tall. And really couldn't get that shot at all. He would have had him beat. if he got it on, but sadly he couldn't get it on. Here's the rookie of the month, Fraser Mitten, his first career shootout attempt. Here's Mitten down the right side, comes to center, dekes in, saved by Vazzy. I think he tried to go 5-hole there. Now we are on to the top of the third. Lightning will go here first. It's going to be Jake Gensel. He's 10 for 31 in his shootout career. Jake Gensel picks up the puck. Down the right side. Slowly moves in, back to center, stick handling, he scores! Jake Gensel puts the Bolts ahead. And it's a must-score shot up next. Jake Gensel, his first ever shootout goal in a live commentary stream. And it comes outdoors. And now it's David Pastrnak, 10 for 42 against Andrei Vasilevsky to keep the shootout going. Pastrnak picks it up with speed. Down the bench side to center. Skates in. Dekes in. Off the post. It's an outdoor comeback. The Lightning defeat the Bruins. Down by 4 goals in the second. And they win in the shootout. What a comeback. You just gotta let you sit in silence for a moment. Oh my God. What a game. What a phenomenal outdoor game. I'm at a loss for words. You all got to experience that with me. Holy crap. Gotta record the shootout goal. Live commentary stream. And it comes outdoors. That was incredible. And that was David Pastrnak, 10 for 42 against Andrei Vasilevsky. I want to see Swayman and Vasilevsky shake each other's hands. Down the bench side to center. Skates in, dekes in. Off the post! It's an outdoor comeback! The Lightning defeat the Bruins down by 4 goals in the second, and they win in the shootout. Wow. What a comeback! You know, I said this, I think I said this after Caps Oilers. This is just one of those games where it's like, I am appalled. I am appalled. That was by far the biggest comeback we've ever seen in a commentary stream. Unreal. Absolutely unreal. Stream time, 3 hours, 51 minutes. That passes Oilers, Panthers, round 4, game 4 last year of the Stanley Cup Finals. It is the longest stream. Second longest stream in live commentary history. And what's nuts about this stream is that it might not even finish top 10 in most viewed. It was a phenomenal stream. We did incredible. That's crazy. It just shows how much we've done this year. You guys have supported me through all of it. It's insane. What a comeback. I don't even know what to say. Phenomenal. All right. That'll do it for me tonight. I need to lay down. I need to lay down. I have a podcast tonight as well. We will be live tomorrow. Penguins, Senators, and Maple Leafs, Flames. I genuinely don't know if it's going to get any better than this. We've done 160 live commentaries. I don't even know if there's anyone that'll be better than this ever. Thank you all for tuning in.